Here to overtalk everybody on the podcast.
Whoa!
Actually, Stormtroopers had the designation TK. I had to.
Ethan,
Yeah,
you're out of the
if we're doing
truth.
Star Wars, let's make one of those jokes.
Not
Mhm.
canon.
I accidentally played it. That
Oh,
was
thank
me.
you. I'm glad.
That was me.
I might have had a little bit of that might have been muted, but it's fine. Yes, welcome Katarina and welcome Matthew. That was really weird to say, but what'd you say?
Who, me? I was
Yes.
just saying that really. I could tell that there was a lot of struggle with getting your teacher.
Yes. Even though we have been all right. Yes, so you may recognize Barb or Matthew Barbosa from our podcast. This will take an
We might
hour.
recognize his voice.
Yes. As he has been one of our guests on 2 episodes. But here we are, and we're up and raring to go. Just in case you guys missed it, my name is Dylan Silcox. We also have my friends over here, Lorenzo Accolini, if you want to. Yeah, there we go. I'll just list them off. We got Ethan King.
Hi.
We got Samuel down there.
Hi.
And we got Sophie Stoll.
Oh yeah.
Oh. You guys shall see who we are playing throughout the show. It will become fairly apparent, I believe, if you can't already tell by our wonderful costumes.
Well, actually, we're not in costume yet. Dylan's just coming from his karate lesson, and I'm coming from church.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Sam's a
And I'm coming from cosplaying Speed Racer.
Hey.
yes.
I'm
Sophie
not
just
coming
really
from
likes Star Wars.
I just live a sad life where I wear a Darth Vader mask most of my time.
Oh, alrighty. Are we all ready to go? Because
Yes.
I think we're good to start.
We are ready.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead. I think we have people in. Yep. We're good to go. Whenever y'all are ready.
It is a period of civil war. The spaceships of the rebels, striking swift base unseen, have gained victory over the cruel galactic empire, now adrift. Amidst the battle, rebel spies prevailed and stole the plans to a space station vast, whose powerful beams will later be unveiled and crush a planet. 'Tis the Death Star blast. Pursued by agents sinister and cold, now Princess Leia to her home doth flee, delivering plans and a new hope they hold of bringing freedom to the galaxy. In time so long ago begins our play. Star-crossed galaxy, far, far away.
Act 1, Scene 1. Aboard the rebel ship. Enter C-3PO and R2-D2.
Now is the summer of our happiness made winter by the sudden fierce attack. Our ship is under siege, I know not how. Oh, hast thou heard? The main reactor fails. We shall most surely be destroyed by this. How warrant madness lies herein.
Beep 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 squeak beep beep beep. Whee!
We're doomed. The printer shall have no escape this time. I fear this battle doth portend the end of the rebellion. Oh, what misery!
Excellent. C-3PO and R2-D2.
Now watch, amazed, as swiftly through the door the army of the Empire flieth in. And as the troopers through the passage pour, they murder several dozen rebel men.
Fighting begins. Enter rebels. Many die. Enter stormtroopers and Darth Vader. Excellent. Enter R2-D2 with Princess Leia. C-3PO is across the stage.
Pray, R2-D2, where art thou?
Exit Princess Leia.
At last, where hast thou been? I fear they come in this direction. Pray, What shall we do? My circulatory overlords, my mind overthrown, and fear hath put its script into my wires. We shall be sent unto that place I dread, the Kessel space mines whence no droid returns, and there be blasted into who knows what.
R2D2 begins to exit.
And on, R2. Where dost thou go? Oh, prithee, patience, leave me not alone. Aye, even though I mock and injure thee, I surely die if ever thou leavest me.
Exit droids. Scene 2. Aboard the rebel ship. Enter Darth Vader, carrying Rebel Leader 1 by the neck, and stormtroopers.
The Death Star plans we could not find herein, nor are they on the main computer, Lord. In short, they are not here, and there's an end.
Thou speakest well, my stormtrooper, and yet not well upon my ear the message falls. I turn to thee, thou rebel. I lift thy above mine own, my head above my own. Thou canst now choose to keep thy secrets locked, safe in that head, and therefore lose the life holdest dear, or else to keep thy head and thus thy life. My patience runneth quickly out, much like the sands across the dunes of Tatooine. So tell me, else thou diest quick, where shall we find the transmissions thou didst intercept? And what hast thou done, say, with those plans?
Darth Vader begins to choke Rebel Leader 1.
My lord, my head and life I value certain 'tis, and yet to thee I must report we have not intercepted one transmission. Ah! This is a consular ship, and nothing more, on diplomatic mission. Ugh!
Thou knave, why thy last breath hear thou this word? If this isn't but a consulate ship, then where is the ambassador? Commander, privy thee, go. Rend thou ship apart till the plans are found, and bring me any passengers upon thy life. I want them brought alive.
Exit stormtroopers.
And so another dies by my own hand. This hand, which now encased in dark blackness, is, oh, that the fingers of this wretched hand had not the pain of suffering ever known, but now my plan is joined unto the dark and wicked men, whose hands and fingers move to crush their foes, and now are my company. So shall my fingers ever undertake to do more evil, aye, and this, my hand, shall do the Emperor's bidding evermore. And thus we see how fingers presage death, and hands become the instruments of faith.
Exit Darth Vader. Enter stormtroopers, searching. Enter Princess Leia, holding a blaster.
Aye, there is one, my comrades. Set for stun.
Princess Leia shoots. Stormtrooper 1 dies. Stormtrooper stun Princess Leia.
She shall be well. Go now, inform the dread Lord Vader we have caught a prisoner. And may Mos Eisley drinks flow swift and free when Vader grants rewards for work well done.
Exit stormtroopers with Princess Leia. Enter C-3PO and R2-D2 as the latter enters escape pods.
Hold! Thou art not permitted to go in. Deactivated thou shalt surely be.
Beep, 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 beep.
Thou shalt not label me a mindless brute philosopher. Nay, thou overladen glob of grease, thou imp, thou rubbish bucket fit for scrap, thou blue and silver pile of bantha dung. Now, come, and get thee hence away, for least someone sees.
Beep, beep, beep. Squeak, beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Whee!
What secret mission? And what plans? What dost thou talk about? I'll surely not get in.
Sound of blast.
I'll warrant I'll regret this. So say I.
Exit
This golden
C-3PO
droid
enters.
has been friend. This golden droid has been friend, 'tis true, and yet I wish to prating tongue, an imp. He calleth me. I'll be revenged, and many pranks aplenty I shall play upon this pompous droid C-3PO. Yet in no language my pranks be done. Around both humans and droids I must be seen to make such errant beeps and squeaks that they shall be made simple. Truly, though, although will sounds oblique I speak them, I clearly see how I shall play my part, and how a vast rebellion shall succeed by weight and wisdom and a simple droid.
Exit R2-D2 into escape pod.
Now climb the metal pair into the pod, which shooteth from the ship like laser blast. And to the planet's face, as straight as rod, the capsule takes the droids by power back.
Enter chief pilot and captain.
There strays another one.
Oh.
I don't think we cast this person.
I don't think we did.
Whoops.
Pray, hold thy fire! For certain there are no life forms aboard. And truly, what may be the chance that aught but life alone could fly within that pod? The rebels could not be so cunning bold to put the Death Star plans therein. If I were one to bet, I'd stake my life on it. All's well that endeth well, so say the wise, and so that pod shall live to land below.
Excellent chief pilot and captain. Enter droids aside in escape pod.
'Tis but a jest, aye, surely we're unlocked. For R2-D2 plainly canst thou see, the damage looks but minor from below. Can thou be sure this pod is safe? Oh.
Excellent. Before we continue on to scene 3, may I ask that Barb take over for the stage directions? Would you be willing to?
Sure.
Thank you.
Ready?
Yes, continue. whenever you're
Aboard
ready.
the rebel ship. Enter Darth Vader, stormtroopers, and Princess Leia.
Darth Vader, only you could be so bold. When first my ship was under siege, I knew 'twas thee who had this peaceful vessel sacked. The Imperial Senate shall not stand for this. For what they hear, thou hast attacked a ship on diplomatic mission.
Highness, peace. Be thou not surprised, for well thou knowest a mercy mission this was not. This time thine innocence appearance doth disguise. A heart with a revolution at its core. Aye, several transmissions where they're beamed onto the ship by rebel spies. I want to know what happened to the plans they sent, and prithee, speak thou well, or speak thy last. For fairer necks than thine my hand hath crushed.
Thine idle threat is meaningless to me. My neck, my tongue, my mouth, these instruments of speech have not the power to relate the knowledge that thou seekst. For certain 'tis I know nothing of what you could ask me, for I am but a member of the great Imperial Senate, bound for Alderaan on a mission.
Nay, thou liest, for thou art with the rebel alliance vile, and worse, a traitor. Take this one away.
Exit stormtroopers with Princess Leia.
The blood and wires within me leap with fire, when all these traitorous words I must endure.
Enter Commander.
Lord, holding her is dangerous. If word of this is told, then sympathy may rise for the rebellion in the Senate's mind. So shall our power o'er all the universe be weakened by this wicked, cunning wretch. 'Tis like the tale my mother told me once of bygone emperor whose reign was lost, when putrid Ungnaught rose against his throne. So hath my mother said, and I with her. A deadly blow oft come from tiny fist, and greatest tree may fall by smallest axe.
Commander, peace and trouble not thy mind. With tales of old, the princess shall reveal her treachery when all is to do is done. The rebel spies are aptly traced to her. And now she is my only link to find the hidden rebel base.
I'll wager she will die ere she tells thee.
Leave that to me. Now go, be on thy way, and take this task. Send thou a signal of distress, and then inform the Senate all aboard were killed. So shall our presence here be hid from sight, and thus our swift attack shall not be known.
Enter Captain.
Lord Vader, I am sorry to report there are no battle plans upon this ship, and neither were transmissions made. There was but one escape pod jettisoned amid the fighting, but no life forms were aboard. For certain, 'twas a harmless accident.
With purpose rank must she have quickly hid the plans in the escape pod.
Woman vile! How e'er could she deceive my subtle mind? The plans in the escape pod, oh, most rare! Pray, cease thy speech, and mark ye what I say.
Take thou keen and swift attachment down, and bring me back the plans. Commander, go. See to the task thyself before the chime. There shall be none to stop our plan this time.
Exit. Scene 4. The desert planet, Tatooine.
And now, dear viewers, shall our play go to a planet stark and drear for our next. Imagine sand and rocks within thy view. Prepare thy soul. We fly to Tatooine.
Enter C-3PO and R2-D2.
Forsooth, how did we get into this mess? I tell thee verily, I know not how. 1,000 tauntaun bowels could not produce a greater desecration than this place. Alas, we too are made for suffering. I fear, R2, 'tis but our lot in life. More than 6 million forms of speech I know, but not a one shall help me now.
Beep.
Now I must rest before I come apart. My joints are nearly frozen. I freeze! For 'tis though the vicious cold of death hath sunken deep into my circuitry. Oh, what a desolate terrain this is!
R2 begins to depart.
Beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep.
Where dost thou think thou goest?
Beep, beep.
Side.
How shall I leave this company a while? Like my absence shall alleviate his obstinate resolve and teach him thy thoughts of kindness, care, and good humility.
Well, I shall not go thither with thee, Droy. 'Tis far too rocky. Canst thou not perceive? Nay, truly, for the sun upon thy cold and hard exterior hath surely warped thine often prudent mind. Pray, understand, the road herein is far better. Why dost thou think that settlement will be found yon? Be thou not technical with me, or else thy input valve may swift receive a hearty helping of my golden foot.
Squeak,
What mission? What dost thou speak of?
squeak.
More of thee I shall not take, so go, thou hence. Thou shalt malfunction ere the day is through, near-sighted pile of scrap. Now thou may travel hence upon thy way, and find thy mission in a sarlacc pit. Then thou shalt know, for lo, these 1,000 years the pain I suffer as thy counterpart. And be thou not behind me, errant knave, I mark me. Follow not, nor seek thou help, for thou no satisfaction shalt receive.
Beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. Squeak, squeak.
No more with thine adventures. I got no upon thy way.
R2-D2 exits.
Malfunctioning small fool. 'Tis all his fault. He tricked me so that I should go this way, but he shall not fare well. Oh, gods above, why have I once again been shot with R2 sending him away? I trust he knoweth well I hold him dear, though in his presence oft my speech is cruel. 'Tis words that do betray my better self when harshly they express my droidly rage, and yet for protocol I made, and must with words fulfill my task. So 'tis true that words are both my ruin and my strength. And yet, although I find myself adrift and lost within a speechless sea of sand, this word is true even if ever words have truth. Forever I should be lost should I lose him. But wait, what's that? A transport! Saved I am! Hark! Over here! Hey, non! Please help!
C-3PO exits.
A vessel vast comes forth across the sand and takes C-3PO within its hold. But what of R2-D2's mission grand? How doth the tale of this small droid unfold?
Enter R2-D2 and Jawas, hidden.
Woo! Beep, 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 squeak.
Pesca
It's okay.
Banman. Ti pesca Banman. Fugilia.
Ah! Beep, beep, squeak, beep, beep. Ah!
Jawas stun R2D2. Falls.
Utini.
Jawas carry R2D2 into transfer.
Imagine now that on this stage you see full many droids and creatures quite bizarre, and yet amidst the ghastly company, therein the two friends united are.
Enter other droids and C3PO.
Good R2. R2D2, oh, 'tis thee.
Beep, beep. Squeak, beep, beep, squeak. Whee!
Exit. Scene 5. The desert planet, Tatooine. Enter Stormtroopers 3 and 4.
There was someone within this pod, indeed. The tracks go off in this direction, see?
Behold, sir, either someone large hath dropped his ring, or else this fragile circle here doth mean we have found droids on Tatooine.
Exit Stormtrooper. Enter Jawas with droids, including C3PO and R2D2.
At last this vehicle of death hath stopped. So greatly fear I what shall happen next, I am shaken to my core within. They say that fear is better faced when two together stand. Thus, swift I shall awake, my dear R2. Wake up! Wake up!
Beep, squeak.
We're doomed. Dost thou think they shall melt us down?
Mi puna taina ding. Utini. Bah.
Should not. Oh, shall this torment never end? First captured by these Jawas, small and vile, and now we face a fate that is unknown, and now seems the first fate better than the next. Aye, rather would I bear the ill I have than fly to others I know not of. Hamlet reference.
Enter Owen Lars and Luke Skywalker, with Beru Lars aside in the Lars homestead.
And on. Now let us go. Sophie or Baru?
Him?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Luke! Oh, Luke! I tell thine uncle that if he shouldn't find a translator, be sure it both speaks. It's true, the last time Owen brought a droid, more dud than droid we purchased in the deal.
It seemeth we have little choice, dear aunt. And yet shall I remind him what thou sayest.
Exit Beru into Lars homestead.
Again it falls to me, a simple man, to take a leading role in matters grave. For I must use a droid today, 'tis true, but also must teach this lad, this Luke, to learn and grow, and to become a man. Although when I was young, I too had dreams of far-off stars and distant galaxies. I learned to work the land, to raise the crops, and thus shall I trade my trade pass on to him, adopted son of mine and strangely dear. I had not asked for fate to bring a son to me, for I had thought to have no heir. Yet do Baru and I feel for this child, a measure of affection and, as well, burden of responsibility.
To Jawa 2.
Pray tell me, Jawa Small, what hast today?
Mi puna taina ding.
Nay, not that one.
Aside.
These Jawas offered first the lowliest, 'tis ever in their nature to deceive.
To C3PO.
Droid, I assume that thou art programmed well for etiquette and protocol. 'Tis true? Aye, protocol, my primary function 'tis. I'm well versed in all the customs, sir. No need have I of droids with protocol. Oh, not in this habitat thou speakest true. Hath ever sand a need of protocol? When did a stone or rock need etiquette? However, I am also made peace. What I need's a droid who knows the binary tongue of moisture vaporators. Oh, but sir, my first employment was in programming a binary load, a liftia very like thy vaporators. I, in most respects.
Aside.
My service and my worth I'll prove to him, if I must speak 1,000 hours more. for certain I shall die ever I return once more to be in rank captivity. Well, speakest thou, boss, eh? Truly, sir, 'tis like a second tongue unto my soul. Pray, cease.
To Jawas.
So, shall I have this one here? Praise the day!
Stop.
Now, if he chooseth also my R2, then I shall be pleased.
Mopping there.
Luke, take thou these droids unto our vast garage. I wish it's that they cleaned be ere we dine.
But unto Tashi Station I would go, and there obtain some power converters. Fee.
Thou can go with thy friends another time, when all thy chores have been fulfilled. Go to.
Aside.
Oh, how shall I be mocked and fairly abused when my noble comrades hear that once again my uncle hath denied my fervent wish to be with them instead?
To Owen.
'Tis well.
To droids.
Come hither. Thou too, Red. Go hence.
Squeak, beep, beep, squeak, beep, beep, beep.
Aside.
If I not go with him, my foolishness shall render to no service. Thus I beep.
Buonape?
Ah!
R5D4 begins to smoke and fail.
Pray, Uncle Owen, look. Behold, this R2 unit hath a foul and smoking motivator.
Vicious knave, say, in what manner didst thou try upon our godly wills to ply thy thievery? So I shall rip thy brown and ragged robes to shreds if thou not set this matter right. Now speak.
Me puna tina ding.
Your pardon, sir. The R2 unit which thou seest is in prime condition. A bargain 'tis, and he shall serve thee well.
Aside.
Now, if I can convince the human here to purchase R2 too, along with me, so I shall win the day, and ever shall yon R2D2 dwell in peace with me. What shall he answer?
Uncle Owen, say, hast thou considered yonder blue droid there?
Well, that blue one. That one shall be ours.
Aside.
Oh, victory! Next, I'll praise him for his choice.
To Luke.
A noble choice thou makest, master, for thou surely hast been pleased with this new droid. I can with confidence report to thee that he is in fine first-class condition, sir, for I have worked with him before. He comes!
Beep, beep, squeak.
Anon, away we go.
Exit Luke, Owen, Jawas, and droids.
Forget thou not this moment, faithless droid. Why, I should put up my neck at no risk for thee is quite beyond my mind's capacity.
Exit. Scene 6. Inside the Lars homestead. Enter Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and R2-D2.
All praise be to the Maker, verily. This oily bath much healing shall provide. The glow of bright Coruscant doth match the vital warmth this soothing oil brings me. Oh, the case of dust contamination which befalls me mighty is, and renders me unable, I'll be sworn, to move at all.
I rue the day I came into this place, this drab and barren rock called Tatooine. But wherefore have I a reason to complain? Do sandstorms not invade both rich and poor? We are not promised equity in life. Both rich and poor alike pertain to me. For certain, though, in toil am I most rich. By wane of keen adventure am I poor. Thus, I declare that whichever rich or poor, thy lot I have received from fate's unfair. My comrade Biggs hath rightly guessed, I fear, that never shall I leave this stricken place.
Aside.
Oh, exclamation tragic! Shall I speak?
To Luke.
Is there, dear sir, aught I might do to help?
Nay, droid, lest thou canst alter time, or make the harvest come apace, or, godly friend, if thou canst somehow bear my body hence by magical conveyance yet unknown.
I think not, sir, for mealy droid I am, and have not knowledge of such things as thou, not on this planet, anyway. In troth, I do not know which planet this one be.
If center bright the universe contains, then surely, droid, thou hast now found thyself as far from it as thou canst possibly be. I see, sir.
I see, sir.
Surely, thou mightst call me Luke.
I see, Sir Luke.
Thou jolly droid, just Luke.
Aside.
This droid, I see, is wont on prattle me on, but belike his mouth is faster than his mind.
Luke begins to clean R2-D2.
C-3PO I am, an expert in the human-cyborg link, and he, my short-body counterpart, is R2-D2 called.
Good en.
Squeak!
Thou hast much carbon here. It seemeth much of fortune thou hast known. Aye, can it be that two such droids as you can know more of adventure than a man?
With all we have been through, amazed I am. We yet our good condition keep, what with rebellion and its hurly-burly ways.
Nay, can it be? The very thing of which I would know more thou hast experienced? Pray, knowest thou of the rebellion against the Empire, droid?
For certain, aye, 'tis how we came to be mine employment, if thou comprehend my simple meaning, sir.
Side.
Now is his visage turned all evenness. Oh, never in this manner I have seen a man intoxicated with the dream.
And thou hast been in many battles. Speak! Whatever morsel thou mayest serve me shall be a feast unto my waiting ear. The smallest tale of battle lost or won shall feed my soul's ne'er-ending appetite.
Full many battles, aye, sir, but I fear I have but little food in to fill thy heart. A banquet, sadly, I cannot prepare. 'Tis certain of that tales I am no chef. But rather, I confess that not much more than interpreter I am, and not much good at telling stories. Verily, I've not the salt or spice to season them.
'Tis well, my droid. So shall my hunger wait to feast one day upon another's tale.
To R2-D2.
My little bot, thou hast gone something jammed herein. Hast thou been on a cruiser or...
Enter Princess Leia in beam projected by R2-D2.
Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art mine only hope.
Pray, what is this?
What is this what? A question hath he asked. Say, what is that?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art my only hope. Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art my only hope.
He says 'tis nothing, sir. A mere malfunction, bygone data 'tis. Please, pay no mind.
But who is she? For she is far more beautiful than all the stars.
I truly do not know, sir. I suspect she was a passenger on our last trip, a person of importance, I believe.
Aside.
First 'twas adventure, second 'tis this last. 'Tis certain my new master hath a wealth of passion ever eager to bestow.
Say, is there any more recording, droid?
Behave thyself, R2, for thou shalt get us both in trouble. Be content and trust him true. He is our master now.
Beep, beep, squeak. Beep, beep, squeak. Woo!
He saith he doth belong to Obi-Wan Kenobi, presidents of parts nearby, and 'tis a private message meant for him, for all my wit. I know not what he means, for our last master, Sir Antilles was. Alas, with all we have endured, this dear small R2 unit quite eccentric is.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. I suspect old Ben Kenobi he doth mean, perhaps. First droid, then tales of battle fought in space, and now a damsel cries in beams of light. Did ever destiny come knocking thus?
I beg thy pardon, sir, but knowest thou aught of what he speaks?
I know not any man named Obi-Wan Kenobi, yet old Ben resides beyond the Dune Sea, and there dwells, much like a hermit, strange and lone.
Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art mine only hope.
I wonder who she is. Whoever she may be, whatever is her cause, I shall unto her. Please respond. Not enter were were she my sister. Could I know a duty more weight than I feel now? It seemeth she some dreadful trouble hath. Mayhaps mayhap I should relay the message whole.
Squeak, 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 meep, woo, meep.
R2 doth say the bolt restraining him short-circuited his full recording system. So saith he, that if thou wouldst with speed remove the bolt, he may the full recording then display.
Aside.
Oh, what purpose shall I serve unto this man? Am I to guide, encourage, counsel? What? Thus shall I play the wise interpreter, for truly 'tis the part I know best.
What? Aye, thou seemst too small to run away. If I should take this off. Good little droid. So clearly thou bringest messages, that thou hast won my trust. Now, thou art free.
Exit Princess Leia from beam.
But wait, where hast she gone? What villainy? How hast thou dampened that celestial light, wherein she spoke of late? Now, bring her back. Play the message, fool, thou naughty droid.
Meep, meep.
What message, errant droid? The one thou hast been playing, which thou holdst within thy rusty innards.
Aside.
Oh, alas, we shall be deactivated be.
Inside.
Oh, Luke.
Oh, Luke.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Is that me or you?
It's you. I thought it was
Okay.
both. They both have
Okay.
4 letters.
Luke? Hey, Luke?
I shall be there anon, good Aunt Beru.
I'm sorry, sir, for it doth seem he hath acquired a minor flutter.
Thus she comes, and thus she goes, yet ever on my sight her beautiful, fine countenance shall shine. So here's my vow. I'll see her once again, and beam or hope on hope with my own eyes. For now I must depart to dine. Pray, see if thou canst remedy this R2, droid.
Exit Luke.
Ooh!
Reconsider thou if thou shalt play the message back for him.
Meep, meep, hoo-wee!
Nay, I do not believe he liketh thee.
Squeak!
Nay, thee I like not either.
Woo!
Exit C3PO.
How are the pieces all arranged for me to make this daring move and fly this place? Fool who sent the game in motion shall appear unto C3PO and Luke no more than if we were in an errant knave. But hear the voice of R2D2 all. My noble purpose I'll accomplish yet, to take the Obi-Wan to the princess, take my master Luke away from here, and in the end, perhaps more vital still, to make connections twixt the two good men. A foolish thing this flight may seem to thee, and yet more fine than foolish shall it be.
Exit. Scene 7. Inside the Lars homestead. Enter Owen Lars, Beru Lars, and Luke Skywalker, eating at a table.
Mine uncle, thou shouldst know my mind. Methinks the R2 unit we have brought belike may have been stolen.
Thievery hath either been part and parcel of the Jawa's trade, but in thy utterance I sense there is more. So say, young Luke, why thinkest thou thereon?
Good, uncle. Well, I know the Jawa's tricks. Yet, as thou sayest, I mean something more. A stolen moment with these droids hath shown to me a reason they may stolen be. I did uncover a recording whilst I cleaned the R2 unit. He purports to be the property of someone known as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Thus, thought I, that he may stolen be. As to the name this Obi-Wan Kenobi, wondered I, if mayhap he meant Ben. Canst thou make sense?
Nay.
Yet, I wonder if this Obi-Wan, perchance, may be some kin to yonder Ben.
Aside.
Fie. Shall that old man now haunt my home?
To Luke.
That wizard is a damned scurvy man. Tomorrow shalt thou take the R2 droid. Harsh climes will surely grow sans me. And so, mine uncle... I think this is Luke's part.
Oh.
Yeah, I think...
I think there's a whole page missing. Because tomorrow thou shalt take the R2 droid to Anchorhead and have its memory erased. You want me to read it? I have it.
Yeah, I think it's missing.
Yeah, go ahead. Oops, sorry.
Tomorrow thou shalt take the R2 droid to Anchorhead and have its memory erased. So shall there be an end to it, for it belongeth only now to us. Ah, yet, but what if this Obi-Wan appears and lays his claim unto this R2 droid? What's stolen may be worth the looking for. The looking shall not happen, nor the find, for I believe the man doth not exist.
Aside.
Now shall I by a lie destroy the man, lest he be given new life in his young mind. Boy, a keen imagination hath.
To Luke.
This Obi-Wan hath not for ages walked within this universe. He is no more. 'Twas many moons ago the old man died. Aye, truly, he hath met his end about the time so long ago when wars were fought, the time when men did battle to the grave, the time before the Empire ruled supreme, the time wherein thy father died as well. Knew he my father?
Aside.
Though I tell men and wars and battles brave, still all he hears is that word, father.
To Luke.
Prithee, Luke, forget. Thy task is to prepare the droids for work tomorrow. In the morning shall they be upon the South Ridge, laboring with those condensers.
Aye.
And I believe those droids shall serve us well.
In troth, good uncle. Now I must confess, my mind is moved to think upon the pact twixt thee and me, and our agreement, namely, that I shall stay here another season. Crops that grow in these harsh climes will surely grow sans me, and so, my uncle, if these droids will satisfy, I wish my application to transmit unto the great academy this year.
Nay, Luke, an uncle's heart is breaking. Canst thou mean the next semester hence before the harvest time?
Just so. Quite plentiful are droids.
But harvest time I need thee most. Wilt thou here in the desert yet desert? 'Tis only one more season. This year I shall make enough at harvest time to hire more hand to help. Then canst thou go next year to the academy. Pilot is a noble trade, my boy, but family is nobler still. I prithee understand I need thee, Luke.
'Tis one more year entire.
'Tis only one more season.
Aye. So saidst. Thou when my dear friend Biggs and Tank did leave, now cracks a hopeful heart when by the land a man's ambitions firmly grounded are. So shall a bird ne'er learn to fly or soar, when wings are clipped by crops and roots and soil.
Pray whither fliest thou, Luke?
It seems, dear Anne. I know we're in... I nowhere go, nor flee, nor sail, nor fly. Instead, I must remain and clean those droids.
Exit Luke.
Oh, Owen, he cannot abide for aye with us. 'Tis true, his friends are mostly gone. It hath great meaning for our well-loved Luke. This bird would surely fly.
So promise I that I shall set all things all right, LaRue. The bird shall fly indeed, when time is ripe, and when the nest hath no more need of him.
Owen, he hath not a farmer's heart. This apple falls quite near his father's tree.
It is true. And this, my dear, is what I fear.
Exit Owen and Beirut. Re-enter Luke, gazing into the setting of Tatooine's two suns.
Oh, I am fortunate's fool. 'Tis true. 'Tis true, and gazing now upon the double sun of my home Tatooine, I know full well that elsewhere lies my destiny, not here. Although my uncle's will is that I stay, my heart within me bursts to think on it, for out among these spheres I wish to roam. Adventure and rebellion stir my blood. Those oft-repeated words of my mate Biggs, do I believe that all the world's a star? Beyond that heavenly light, I shall fly far.
Exit. Act 2. Scene 1. Inside the Lars homestead. Enter C-3PO.
Alas, my R2-D2 he hath flown, and all the while he beateth on and on about his duty in the rebellion cause. Oh, with what strength shall I be punished when R2's treachery discovered is? So I shall hide myself behind the ship in hopes I'll not be found by Master Luke.
C-3PO hides. Enter Luke Skywalker.
C-3PO, I say, what dost thou there? At what game playest thou, O jolly droid?
C-3PO emerges.
I prithee, sir, be thou not cross with me. 'Twas no fault of mine, in truth I swear. Pray, let me not deactivated be. I asked him and urged him not to go, with sighs and words aplenty piled by him, with many earnest pleadings plead my cause, and yet he was to me as one made deaf. His metal ears, as 'twere, did seem to plug, as though no words of mine could penetrate and break his sense of hearing. Oh, I fear a cursed malfunction doth befall my dear and treasured R2 unit.
Nay.
Aye, verily, his mission is supreme, so saith he. He will not hindered be, nor from his wayward stubborn purpose veer.
Now with these words, young Luke doth quickly run beyond the shuttered door, veiling hope, and stepping out beneath the setting sun, he scans the vast horizon with his scope.
Sir, ever hath that R2 unit been a problem that hath vexed me through and through. Astromech droids have ever puzzled me. The minds have tempers mighty to behold, although all contained in frames of a modest size.
Fie. How have I so easily been tricked? This R2 hath performed his greatest feat, to vanish, scope to wheels, into the air. Oh, blast it. And Phi goes too.
Aside.
Now he is angered. Peace, my master, peace.
To Luke.
Good sir, forgive my impudence, but may yet we this and go out a searching?
Nay, 'tis far too dangerous. The night is dark, but darker are the dreaded sand people, and darkest most of all their thievery. Thus, as the darkness waits for light to dawn, so must we wait for morning to arrive.
Inside.
O Luke, come hither. Swiftly come ye in. The time hath come to darken down the power.
Anon, good uncle. Thy good word I'll heed.
To C-3PO.
Oh, I shall taste the wisps and scorn of my dear uncle's anger. So shall that small droid, though yet far gone, wreak havoc on my soul.
Aye, sir, 'tis true. Although the droid is skilled at laboring in service, must doth he excel at wearying the hearts of man.
Luke and C-3PO withdraw for the night.
And so a restless night doth pass within, while Luke doth ponder future punishment and longs for his lost droid search to begin. C-3PO doth fear his banishment. At early morn with eager wills they rise, a shared endeavor binding them anew. The fast land speeder o'er the desert flies. They go to find the errant droid, R2.
Luke and C-3PO enter, flying in land speeder.
Good friend, take heed. The scanner doth report a droid ahead. Pray, swiftly, take us hence. Be like our R2-D2 there awaits.
Aside.
Perhaps yet escape. Perhaps I'll yet escape my uncle's wrath.
While droid and man go racing across the sand, the Tusken Raiders watch the two pass by. Their banthas mounting, gaffy sticks at hand. They heave unto the air their war cry.
Enter R2-D2. Luke and C-3PO dismount to speak to R2-D2.
Pray, whither goest thou, thou naughty droid?
Beep, beep, squeak.
Nay, Master Luke is now thy rightful owner. Learn obedience, aye, learn thou loyalty, learn respect, and learn thou not to speak of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Wee, knee, squeak.
Speak not to me of mission, droid. How poor and happy thou shalt be if our new master doth not let thee know thy blast is deadly touch today.
Pray, patience, dear C-3PO. 'Tis well, but let us hence. What can the matter be? What doth he say?
He doth report that creatures hither come approaching stealthily from the southeast.
Sand people, hither come and let us see.
Aside.
Unbidden doth adventure come, yet here I stand, prepared to rise and welcome fate. The twisting strand she threads. We must but trail, for 'tis a wire that leadeth us through life. Fate's hand hath placed me here on Tatooine, and now she beckons onward to the abyss. Now, our adventure, great abyss I perch, above all time, above the universe, above the rim of chance and destiny, and sister faith doth dare me to look in. And there, I find my happiness. I peer therein, embrace my fate, and blink. Come, life, for I am ready now to live.
With scope to droids.
I spy two banthas, yet no sand people. Wait, one doth appear unto me now.
With sudden viciousness the Tuskens come. They knock young Luke and cause the droid to fall. They seek to take a harshly pillaged sum, till frightened by a false crate dragon crawl.
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, who has made a crate dragon call to frighten off the Tusken Raiders.
Now into the scene of this boy's life. This boy whom I have watched for many years hath grown into the man before me now. My hope I now entrust to him alone, that he might be our sure deliverance. And yet this situation warrants care. I must approach with caution as we speak, and meet his questions as a trusted guide. My inner joy I must with patience hide. For certain 'tis it gives me great delight to see him now, his face, his golden hair. So long have I watched o'er him from afar, so many years and days of my life spent in hopeful expectation of this one. In his beginning I shall find my end. This business shall reveal my final stage. Yet in closing scenes perhaps I'll write a worthy ending to my mortal days. 'Tis possible that in this gentle one the dream I've waited shall come true. So I'll compose a final act that shall accomplish two most worthy ends, to set the world aright and save this old man's soul. Well met, my little one.
Aside.
Most I could, my mental tongue releases to speak to him. This man doth show sure signs of wisdom and experience.
To Obi-Wan.
Beep, 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 squeak.
Come hither, tiny friend. Be not afraid.
Beep, squeak, wee, woo.
Nay, prithee fret thou not, for he shall make a full recovery.
Luke winked.
Rest easy, lad, for thou hast had a fall, and more adventures hast thou seen today than many in a lifetime do. I say, thou catchest fortune's favor to survive a cruel attack from sand people most vile.
But by this light, 'tis Ben Kenobi here. It fills my heart with joy and soothes my pain to meet thee.
Aye, 'tis well, but let's go hence. The Junland waste no place for travellers is. Now prithee, good young Luke, say, wherefore art thou here, and what strange errand bringeth thee? Heron, where I am, won't do dwell.
This droid, aye, truly he hath brought me here.
Meep.
It seemeth unto me that he doth search to find his former master, yet in all my days I ne'er have such devotion seen, as this one showeth from a droid.
Woo!
Yet he claims that he belongs to a man named Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I thought, perchance, the man some relatives of yours may be. Dost thou know any by such name?
Oh, how the heart inside me breaks to hear that name I once was called so long ago. But happy fate that 'tis Luke's voice calls me. I, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Aside.
Oh, the name is like a song, yet whether glorious song of joy, or else some dirge of bitter pain, I'm yet unsure.
To Luke.
It is a name I have not heard for lo these many, many years. A long, long time.
My uncle knoweth Obi-Wan, I keen. He doth report to me the man is dead.
Oh, Owen, wretched knave, such base deceit, and yet I know full well why thou so spokest. Should I have acted different in thy place?
To Luke.
But nay, the man takes not his final sleep, at least unto this moment now, not yet.
Then thou knowest thou him?
Aye, verily I do. I know the man as if he were myself. For truly he is. This Obi-Wan, dear Luke, 'tis I.
Aside.
By heaven's light!
Heaven's light!
To Obi-Wan.
I have not heard this name, Obi-Wan, since ere in though thyself wert born.
Aye, then I see this little droid is bound to thee.
I have no memory of owning such a droid as this. 'Tis curious indeed.
Son of Tuscan Raiders aside.
Now mark thee these my words. We must repair indoors to scape a second cudgeling here. The sand people do easily take flight, but soon they'll return with many more.
Beep, 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 squeak.
C-3PO.
C-3PO wakes, broken in pieces.
Oh, where am I? Have I taken an ill-timed step? In dreams I have seen visions of my death. 10,000 soldiers pranced upon my grave, and I, alone to face the murderous mass, could only weep at my untimely end.
Peace. Peace, good droid. Thou art alive, fear not. Canst thou now stand? We quickly must depart before sand people attack us here, and strive to make thy dream reality.
Oh, whether dream or waking I know not, but go thee hence and save thyself, I pray. C-3PO by nightmare hath been slain.
Aside.
This droid shall quickly stretch his welcome thin.
I shall not leave thee, droid. Thou speakest sans sense. Come, come. I'll bear thee up, so argue not.
Aside.
What noble care he takes to soothe this droid.
To Luke.
We must make haste or face them yet again. So hence let us away unto my den.
Exit. Scene 2. Inside the Kenobi homestead. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and R2-D2.
Nay, thou art sure misled, O wise one, for my father hath not fought in any wars. Full many evenings as I lay abed, such tales I heard of him I never knew. A navigator in a freighter ship, which carried fragrant spices. Hence to yon, my father was. He kneweth not of wars.
So hath thine uncle told thee. Marry, he did not agree with aught thy father told of his philosophy and brave ideals. Thine uncle, tethered to the land, did not believe thy father should become involved in matters of the stars and empires, nay.
Aside.
What shall I of the father tell the child? If gentle Luke knew all that's known to me, I'll warrant he'd not understand the rhyme and reason for my words. And yet, what is to lie? To tell the truth, all else be damned, or else to tell perhaps a greater truth. Is it the truth to tell a boy each fact, and thus deface his father's memory? Or have I spoken better truth to Luke, when I about his father speak with pride? Aye, every child deserves a champion.
Thou hast done battle in the Clone Wars?
Aye, and once was I a Jedi Knight, the same as thy dear father.
Oh, how tears well up within me for the loss of that dear man, whom never I did know, nor do, nor well.
I tell thee truly, mongst the pilots he was e'er the greatest in the galaxy. He also was a cunning warrior, and to the last was he a dear, dear friend.
Aside.
And now to play upon his natural sense of self-importance, so to draw him near to thoughts of Jedi training for himself.
To Luke.
I hear thou art a pilot, skilled and well. This calleth to my mind a gift I have for thee. Thy father hath desired that thou shouldst have this weapon when thou wert of age. Thine uncle, though, would none of it. So feared he that thou might join with Obi-Wan upon a fool's crusade or devil's task, just as thy father hath when he was young.
Dear sir, if thou dost need me not, I shall shut down upon the present moment here.
Aside.
Why speakest he here when 'tis my time to speak? These droids of protocol are e'er uncouth, of etiquette they know but little troth.
Pray tell, what is it?
Thy father's lightsaber. It is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. If thou in thine own hand could hold a son, then thou wouldst know the power of this tool. Not merely random, neither awkward like a blaster. Nay, the lightsaber maintains a noble elegance, a Jedi's pride. 'Tis something for a civilized new age.
Now holdeth Luke the weapon in his hand, and with a switch the flame explodes in blue. The noble light Luke's reverence doth command. That instant was a Jedi born anew.
Aside.
Now doth the Force begin to work in him.
To Luke.
For many generations, Jedi were the guarantors of justice, peace, and good within the old Republic. Ere the dark times came, and ere the Empire gone to reign.
How hath my father died?
Aside.
Oh, question apt, the story whole I'll not reveal to him, yet may he one day understand my drift, that from a certain point of view it may be said my answer is the honest truth.
To Luke.
A Jedi named Darth Vader, I, a lad whom I had taught until evil turned, did help the Empire hunt and then destroy the Jedi.
Aside.
Now the hardest words of all I'll utter here unto this innocent, with hope that one day he shall comprehend.
To Luke.
He hath thy father murdered and betrayed, and now our Jedi nearly extinct. Young Vader was seduced and taken by the dark side of the Force.
The Force?
The Force. The Force doth give a Jedi all his power, and 'tis a field of energy that doth surround and penetrate and bind all things together here within our galaxy.
Aside.
Hearing this wise man, I have almost my errand quite forgot. Now to my work.
To Obi-Wan.
Beep, 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 squeak, beep. Wee, squeak. Beep,
And now, my little friend, shall I attempt to find out whence thou came, and to discern the reason wherefore thou hast left thy home for lands unknown, a mission to pursue.
He hath a message played.
Thus have I found.
Enter Princess Leia in being projected by R2.
Dear General Kenobi, many years ago, thou served my noble father in the Clone Wars. Now he beggeth thee to come again and aid him in his struggle with the Empire. Sadly may I not be there with thee in person. My request to give my ship of late hath fallen under siege, and thus my mission, bringing thee unto my cherished planet, Alderaan, hath failed. Yet have I deep within the memory banks of this brave R2 unit stored the plans most vital for Rebellion's victory. Father can retrieve the plans therein, but I must ask of thee to take the droid and bring him unto Alderaan with care. The desperate hour is now upon us. Please, I beg thee, sir. Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art my only hope.
Exit Princess Leia from being.
The message ends, then doth a silence fall. While Obi-Wan his duty contemplates, young Luke considers whether fate doth call. Aye, in this moment, destiny awaits.
Aside.
The boy doth hear and hath the taste of fire, new burning in his ears. Now shall I play the part of fuel and gently stoke the fire.
To Luke.
Thou must be taught the Force, if thou willst come away with me and go to Alderaan.
Nay, Alderaan?
Aside.
This man hath many charms, and it seems to me that I have been these many hours under some great spell that he hath cast.
To Obi-Wan.
Nay, I must hence back home. 'Tis late, and Uncle Owen shall be vexed if I do not return him ere long.
Sigh.
And now it must be done, or else 'tis lost.
To Luke.
I need all thy good help, Luke, so doth she. For such adventures I have grown too old.
Nay, I should not be involved, dear friend. Much work there is to be completed yet. As the seers say true, a crop without its harvest is like a dewback sans its rider. Verily, I loathe the cruel and noisome empire. Yet nothing against it have power to do at presence. Fie, 'tis all a far, far distance from this place.
Thus speaks thine uncle through thy lips, not thee.
Mine uncle? Oh, my uncle! How shall I to him explain this matter? Tell me how.
Come now with me and learn the Force, dear Luke.
Aside.
Now, I'm split in twain by fate's sharp turns. Two paths. The one towards adventure leads, the other taketh me back to my home. I have, for all my life, longed to go hence, and now this Obi-Wan hath reason given why I should leave my Tatooine and fly unto the stars. He hath told me of the powerful Force, and yet another force doth pull me home. The force of duty and responsibility. I would go hence, would fly today, and ne'er look back again, except Beru and Owen are my true and loyal family. 'Tis settled then. I stay on Tatooine until the time when I leave with clear, unfettered soul.
To Obi-Wan.
I shall take thee as far as Anchorhead, and Shorehead, and there mayst thou find transport to where thou goest, aye, throughout the galaxy.
Thou must hold with thy conscience, it is true. Whate'er thou thinkest right, thus thou shouldst do.
Exit. Stage 3. Inside the Death Star. Enter Imperial generals and senators, including Admiral Mati and Commander Todd.
Until this battle station utterly prepared and operational shall be, 'tis plainly vulnerable to an attack. The rebels have more resources and are more dangerous than thou wilt design to see.
Perhaps of danger to thy Starfleet, aye, but not into this battle station strong.
Rebellion shall gain more support within the Imperial Senate.
Enter Grand Moff Tarkin and Darth Vader. Aside.
Oh, these men do talk and quibble like the brood of clucking hens.
To Tad.
The Imperial Senate, which thou speakest of here, no longer any threat to us doth hold, and truly have I just received word that our great Emperor himself dissolved the council, and now the final remnants of the old Republic fade away like dew.
But Mary, 'tis impossible. How shall the Emperor maintain control without the Crimson Cord of vast bureaucracy?
Aside.
Ethan, we can't hear you.
Lord Vader?
Yeah, I can hear
Sorry
now.
about that. It's better
Okay.
now?
Yes.
Oh, how these politicians irk me so. Of governors and territories I care I not, but I retain their company for mine own purposes. And though their talk doth tire my mind, I do confess that naught I've found hath on their counsel yet improved. For every human bond is meaningless, all family doth leave, and friends betray, and lovers fail, and teachers turn, and thus among the politicians shall I dwell, where lies deceit, and garrulous talk do make the universe go round. But yet I vow I will not be governed by the governors, no policy of politicians heed. Instead, myself and my dear emperor together shall pursue our destiny.
The governors of all the regions now have sole control o'er their especial lands, and fear shall the people all in line. Fear of this very battle station. Aye.
But what, pray tell, of the rebellion vile? For if the rebels have the plans of this good station stolen, possible it is that they may have found a weakness, which, in haste, they shall exploit. Pray, Tarkin, mark my words.
Those plans shall be recovered, be fear not.
Attack upon this station pointless is, regardless of the data they have found. I speak not rashly when I hear aver. This station now hath power ultimate o'er all else in the vast wide universe. And now, I prithee, let us see it us used.
Nay, peace, I warn thee, man, be not too proud, or thy great terror technological, a weapon for the mass destruction of a planet, even to destroy it whole, is no match for the power of the Force.
Thou shalt not tempt to frighten us with words so like a man of magic. Nay, this sorcerer's act is tired and over. The sad religion thou dost cling to hath no power to conjure up the stolen plans, nor dost thou have a third eyesight to make.
Vader begins to choke Moffy using the Force. The power of the Force is now unveiled, as Vader holds the Admiral in check. The Force that Moffy with his words impaled now hath a wampa's hold about his neck.
I find thy lack of faith disturbing.
Cease. No more of this, good Vader. Let him be.
As is thy will. My point hath well been made upon his prideful, unbelieving throat.
Vader releases Mati.
Enough. This endless bickering shall end. Lord Vader shall provide the setting of the errant rebel base before the time this station shall be operational. And then, my friend, the Empire shall rejoice. Rebellion shall be crushed in one swift stroke. Now, get ye gone. Fulfill this purpose grand.
Exit Imperial generals and senators, including Admiral Mati and Commander
My troops on the planet Tatooine have tracked the creatures who have found the droids. We shall retrieve those plans.
'Tis well, 'tis well. Thou ever wert a faithful servant to the Emperor, Lord Vader. Prithee, go, and take the governor's gratitude.
Exit Darth Vader.
There goes a man who hath a mind to serve. The Emperor doth hold him in his grasp, and lays a claim upon his heart and soul. Well, I recall when, a younger man, the Emperor and Vader with me stood and contemplated our shared destiny. Now Vader, split twixt manhood and machine, fulfills a vital place within my plans. Though I fear the Force, he knows his place. He knoweth he and I stand side by side, together wrapped in power's warm embrace. Our Emperor to serve until, at last, the final curtain of life's play is dropped. As history hath make this Tarkin great, this battle station shall make me feared. I am constant in the as the Endor moon, and shall rebellions crush, and do it soon.
Exit Grand Moff Tarkin. Scene 4. The desert planet Tatooine. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and R2-D2, surrounded by Jawa corpses.
It seemed the Sand People have done the wretched deed. Yon gaffy sticks and tracks of Bantha A. But ne'er in all my ears have Tuscans gone awry so far as this.
And they have not, though thou who this vile deed have done would make us think Sand People did. But hark, take note, and look ye thereupon, yon tracks are side by side. Yet Sand People, 'tis known, ere one behind the other ride. So better may they hide their numbers large.
These Jawas are the very same who sold C-3PO and R2-D2 too, unto my uncle not 2 days ago.
And these marks here, these blast points are too fine and accurate for Sand People, 'tis true. For only stormtroopers by Empire trained are so precise and cunning in their work.
Aside.
Surveying this scene, I fear what cometh next. For certain have the troops more evil done. Good Owen and Beru no doubt are slain, and though it breaks my heart to think on it, it may be that their deaths will spark Luke's soul, and lead him unto good rebellion's cause. So by their death may others yet find life.
But why? Say why would these Imperial troops have aught to do with Jawas? Wait, I see the droids. They have tracked them here. They may have soon discovered whom they sold them to, which, oh my soul, would lead them to my home.
Pray patience, Luke! 'Tis far too dangerous!
Luke runs to his land speeder.
Now flies Luke off in his land speeder quick and finds his home engulfed in red. Then spies amid the smoke so black and thick the bodies of his aunt and uncle dead. A sadder, wiser man he cometh back, with noble purpose now his life in. By wrongful, vicious, cowardly attack, the Empire hath Luke's passion quite renewed.
'Twas nothing thou, Luke, couldst have done, had thou been there. Thou murdered would have been as well. I also would the droids now captured be, and would be in the Empire's evil hands.
Thou knowest, friend, what I have seen today. No sorrow like this have I ever known. I wish to come with thee to Alderaan. For nothing I have I here on Tatooine. Then shall I learn the Force and shall become a Jedi like my father. Thus I vow. So let's prepare and go upon our way. With haste may we escape the troopers vile.
Exit Obi-Wan, C-3PO, and R2-D2.
Adventure have I asked for in this life, and now have I too much of my desire. My soul within me weeps, my mind it runs unto 1,000 varied paths. My Uncle Owen and my Aunt Beru, have they been cruelly killed for what I want? So shall I never want again. In the wanting, all I love shall be destroyed. Oh, fie, thou knave adventure, evil trick of boyhood, mine that ever should one seek to have adventure, then one hath a home, a family so kind and full of love, good, steady work, and vast abundant crops. Why should one give all this gentle life for that one beastly word? Adventure. Fie. But soft, my soul, be patient and wise. The sands of time ne'er turned backwards yet, and forward marches fate, not the reverse. So while I cannot wish for them to live, I can my life commit unto their peace. Thus shall I undertake and do them proud, and take whate'er adventure comes my way. 'Tis now my burden, so I'll wear it well, and to get the great rebellion give my life. A Jedi shall I be, in all things brave, and thus shall they be honored in their grave.
Exit Luke. Act 3, Scene 1. Mos Eisley on the desert planet Tatooine.
Now, in her cell, the princess doth remain, with hope and trouble written on her face. At times she faces torture, horrid pain. With these tools, Vader seeks the rebel base. While Leia in her captive state is kept, young Luke and Obi-Wan set on their way. Approaching town, they hope to intercept a pilot to transport them, sans delay.
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and R2-D2 riding in land speeder.
Mos Eisley Spaceport. Never shalt thou find a hive more rank and wretched, aye, and filled with villainy. So must we cautious be.
Enter Stormtroopers.
Do you want me to take this one, Sam? Because you're supposed to
Yeah.
do all. Okay. I prithee, speak. How long hast these droids?
'Tis 3 or maybe 4 full seasons now.
We are prepared to sell them, shouldst thou wish.
Now, as is the Force to noble purpose, not as the Sith employing it to smite, hath through the dark side rank the Force abused. Good Obi-Wan shall use the Force right.
Pray, show me now thy papers.
Nay, thou dost not need to see his papers.
Nay, we do not need to see his papers.
True it is that these are not the droids for which thou searchest.
Aye, these are not the droids for which we search.
And now the lad may go his merry way.
Good lad, I prithee, go thy merry way.
Now get thee hence.
Now get thee hence. Go hence.
Exit Stormtroopers. Enter Jawas as Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and R2-D2 dismount land speed.
Oh, how those Jawas vex me.
To Jawas.
Get thee gone!
Exit Jawas.
Now, by my troth, I cannot comprehend. How are those threatening stormtroopers didst escape? Aye, verily, I thought our end was nigh.
The Force hath mighty power o'er the weak and simple-minded of this universe.
Dost thou believe we shall therein, in yon dank place, discover any pilot who hath meats to transport us to Alderaan?
A goodly crew of freighter pilots here may oft be found, but prithee take good care, this small cantina hath an ill repute.
I find myself prepared for everything.
Aside.
The youth hath vigor, hopefully thy judgment too.
They enter the cantina with many beings and an innkeeper.
Now mark thee well, good viewer, what you see. Such varied character are on display. For never hath there been such good company as in Mos Eisley gathers day by day. The creatures gather round the central bar, while hammerheads and horned monsters talk, a band composed of aliens bizarre. This is the great cantina, thou mayst gawk.
To Luke.
Sophie, you're the innkeeper.
Oh, cool. Word. Herein we shall not serve their kind, thy droids. They must depart beyond these walls. Yet have these drunkards left me a little choice.
Nope.
But there is yet a lesson to be learned.
Oh. That ends with, they must depart beyond these walls. Good friend, pray wait beside the speeder now.
Yeah, we're missing a page on our PDFs.
Sorry.
Oh,
For we desire no conflict here today.
I do with all my heart agree, dear sir.
Exit droids. Enter Chewbacca, speaking with Obi-Wan and two beings, Luke. I say, he liketh not thy look.
Forgive me, sir. Nor do I like his face. Yet do I groan?
I do not like thy look. Indeed, young lad, I bite my thumb at thee. Proceed with care, for we two men are wanted by I have earned the penalty of death in many systems, and gladly earn it here as well, if thou provoke me to it. Aside.
I would, mayhap, be fearful of this man, hath even shoulder height on me attained.
To being two.
Tut, careful shall I be.
Thou shalt be dead! Obi-Wan approaches.
Pray, peace, this little lad's not worth thy time. Now come, let us be friends, my good sir. Then shall we to thy health and welfare drink.
Being 2 strikes Luke. Obi-Wan brandishes his lightsaber. Injuring Being 2 and severing Being 1's arm. Exit Being 1 and 2. Obi-Wan aside.
I have no wish or purpose here to fight, yet have these drunkards left me little choice. But there is yet a lesson to be learned. This Obi-Wan, though old, hath still the gift.
To Luke.
Chewbacca here doth service as first mate upon a ship that may our purpose meet.
Enter Han Solo, who joins Chewbacca, Obi-Wan, and Luke at a table and also in our PDF.
Han Solo at thy service, gentlemen. The great Millennium Falcon is my ship. My first mate Chewie telleth me he seeks a passage to the system Alderaan.
Aye, true, if 'tis a vessel swift of flight.
A vessel swift of flight, thou say? Hast thou not heard of the Millennium Falcon, sir?
Aside.
Now shall he boast, but if his ship we'd have, some boasting will endure.
To Han.
Nay, should I have?
'Tis but the ship that hath the Kessel Run accomplished in 12 parsecs, nothing more. Imperial starships have slightly escaped, but nothing more of that. And neither do I speak about bulk cruisers, small but vast Corellian ships, nothing more, no more. I shall not brag about her speed, good sir. Suffice to say, the ship shall fill thy needs. She's the fastest ever, but nothing more.
Aye, nothing more. I wish he'd hold his peace. This man, it seems, doth love his ship far more than e'er I saw a man his woman love.
Pray tell, what shall the cargo be?
Myself, the boy, 2 droids, and ne'er a question asked.
'Tis what, a touch of local trouble here?
Nay, let us simply say it thus, we would imperial entanglements avoid.
Aye, there's the rub. So shalt thou further pay. 10,000 is the cost, and every bit shalt thou deliver ere we leave the dock.
10,000? Fie! We could our own ship buy for such a sum as this.
A goodly jest. For who should pilot such a ship? Shouldst thou?
Thou knave, I could indeed. A pilot skilled am I in my own right.
To Obi-Wan.
Now, should we stay and be abused more by this man's words?
2,000 can we render to thee now. 15 more deliver when we come with safety unto Alderaan's bright port.
Say 17. Congratulations, men. Thou hast the ship secured, and will part whenever thou art prepared. I shall find me at docking harbor number 94.
Aye, 94.
It seemeth that thou may already have provoked some interest.
Exit Obi-Wan and Luke as stormtroopers pass.
Ugh.
17. So, must may desperate be. 'Tis truly may my swift deliverance prove. Go thou unto the ship and be prepared.
Chewbacca exits.
The times now past I have poor judgment made, and now these errors plague my very soul. For freedom I was made, for taking wing, yet as marked man I cannot fly. For bounded by debts, by duty, and by fear, I live my life along the razor's edge, One part of me that hunts for a better life, and one part hunted for the life I've led. My own existence is a paradox. Smuggler with a lover's kindly heart, a gambler with a noble spirit brave. I would be better than it seems I am, if ever I transcend the men I was. Perhaps this new employment shall reveal the way I shall make my straight crooked path, thus heal my past and write a future new.
Enter Greedo, stopping Han Solo as the latter
Na kunta tucha solo?
Yes, indeed, good Greedo. I have planned to make my way unto thy master. Tell thou Jabba plain, I have obtained his money.
Sung pichle na malatram pichoka masa chica. Na Jabba when she kostpa Mershane Taintung Yiwana Yoshka Hihihi Nakaz Ki Nawawi Ku Kashku.
Tis true, yet this is the time the money truly mine.
Kila Chala Cholka in Ting Kundakus.
This bounty
Aside.
hunter doth my patience try.
to Greedo.
Nay, nay, I have not the money with me now. Tell Jabba.
Night with Algoraga, Yaya, Enya, or Gagu Shiki, Shununu, EP.
But even I from time to time have been boarded, Ben. Dost thou believe that ere I had the choice?
Dro job, ni pakni abna, apana.
Nay, not that. The day when Jabba taketh my dear ship shall be the day you find me a grave man.
Nay, Uchala Numa, Chixpi Nufa, na Krinko Kanyo, na Chukanya.
Aye, true, I'll warrant thou hast wished this day.
They shoot. Greedo dies. To innkeeper.
Pray, goodly sir, forgive me for the mess.
Aside.
And whether I shot first, I'll never confess.
Exit. Scene 2, inside the Death Star. Enter Darth Vader, Grand Moff Tarkin, and Commander Tog.
The princess hath shown great resistance to the mind probe. 'Twere as if she knew the Force, and hath a Jedi's blood to overcome. The piercing of her mind by a machine, belike it shall some length of time yet be, until we can extract the thoughts therein.
Enter Admiral Mati. The final tests are now complete at last, and thus my news. The Death Star stands prepared. I fully operational. So, Governor, what course shall we all now set?
Perhaps the stubborn princess shall respond to an alternative persuasiveness.
I prithee thee, Tarkin, say, what dost thou mean?
Pray patience, Darth. Thou shalt my meaning learn. Now time is the power of this Death Star shown to all shall be. Now, Admiral, go forth and set thy course for Alderaan.
I understand thee, and with pride obey. Exit Grand Moff Tarkin, Commander Tog, and Admiral Mati.
The death of innocence doth bring me joy, because the dark side is my chosen path. The senseless end of others pains me not, for I have played the part of Judge Severe, and then have been the executioner. Why would I care for those on Alderaan when I have murdered innocents as they? 'Tis my dark calling, which I do embrace. To Alderaan we fly on a course direct, and to this feast of death I'll not object.
Exit Darth Vader. Scene 3, Mos Eisley on the desert planet Tatooine. Enter C-3PO and R2-D2.
I prithee, lockest thou the door anon?
They hide behind the door. Enter stormtroopers.
This door is locked, and as my father oft hath say, a locked door no mischief makes. So sure am I that thus behind this door cannot be found the droids for which we search. And thus we may move on with conscience clear.
Exit stormtroopers. C-3PO and R2-D2 emerge.
I'll tell thee true, I would with Master Luke prefer to go than now remain with thee. I do not know what trouble here may be, yet certain am I thou deserve the blame.
Aside.
The warrant, thou shalt have thy recompense.
To C-3PO.
Squeak. Beep, meep, meep, beep, beep. Squeak.
Hold thy cursing and most cursed tongue.
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker.
Thou must thy speeder sell.
That matters not, for ne'er shall I return to this place.
Young Luke doth with a buyer swiftly meet, and in a trice a hasty deal is wrought. A speeder sold along a dusty street, but with the sale new chance for is bought.
A paltry sum, in truth. Ever since the XP-38 hath been released, the model hath but little value. Fie.
Fear not, it shall suffice. 'Twill serve our need.
All stand aside.
Now, while young Luke and Obi-Wan prepare, their deeds are watched by eyes as yet unseen. With black beak menacing he spies prepare. Then comes another fiend with portly mien.
Enter Han Solo with Chewbacca and Jabba the Hutt with henchmen.
Ba Solo, ay lapa no ya Solo.
Aside.
Now, Mary, 'tis an unexpected scene.
To Jabba.
Aye, hear thou, Jabba, slimy and rotund. I've waited long thy coming here.
Boo na wat we be, ha ha ha.
Nay, thou did not think that I should run, didst thou?
Nahan mabuki, kili sila kuka, wanta damulira, muwonki chasa crispo grido.
Next time, dost thou wish to council hold with me, pray come thyself. So not thy churlish dismissal dreaming knaves.
Han make chisa, pasatane uno calcimalia, I yungi dem pelio tisa, twaspastig walno, yani dapuno.
Nay, see here, as I have said before, oh verily, 'tis though I have just said thus, even from time to time have boarded been. Dost thou believe I ever had the choice?
Aside.
Aye, true. Sometimes seemeth I repeat myself.
To Jabba.
Now I have, though, a simple charter found, and as soon as it's done, the payment shall be done as well. Belike with interest. I need but time, and I shall do it. Sir.
Ha nahan mabuki, bargon yanaka, daitha sifa luto twintia, yabana.
Nay, say thou not so much. 15%, I'll warrant, shall be well.
Sifa luto ithin yabama, duki masa, ithwong chikopana, gina meet tobunk dunko la choda.
Oh, Jabba, thou wast a kindly soul.
Bosca.
Exit Jabba and henchmen.
Obi-Wan disappeared. Now if yon ship is truly fast, as quick as this Han Solo boasted so, we shall do well.
Spying ship.
What folly-fallen ship is this? What rough-hewn wayward scut is here?
0.5 past light speed shall she make, my lad. Now truly earneth she low marks for looks, but still a finer spirit hath no ship. Full many small improvements I have made to render her faster than before. Now, merry gentlemen, if thou agree, we shall be off, and speedily from here.
Aside.
If thy mouth insulteth again, I promise, boy, thy face shall meet with my hand.
Chewbacca, Obi-Wan, Luke, C-3PO, and R2-D2 ship.
But ere the ship departs the sandy dock, the stormtroopers appear with massive threat. Informed by the beaked spies' traitorous talk, they come upon the ship with weapons set.
Enter stormtroopers.
Pray stop yon ship! Aye, blast them to the stars!
Chewbacca, prithee, hence, now let us go.
C-3PO.
Oh, traveling in space, it works me woe.
Exit. Scene 4. Space. You don't say. Aboard the Millennium Falcon.
Moss Isley now is left behind at last, while newer scenes come unto view apace. As Han's Millennium Falcon flies far fast, the action of our play moves back to space.
Enter Chewbacca and Han Solo in ship.
Now are we followed hard upon by an Imperial cruiser. Verily, these passengers of great importance must be, for they be the Emperor's host, not being pursued. Chewbacca, prithee, swift make our defense and angle the deflector shield while I make plain the calculations for light speed.
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker.
Now, vigilance, my Wookiee. Quickly come 2 further ships to try and block our path.
Nay, wherefore canst thou not outrun them both? For thou didst boast of the strange vessel's speed.
Aside.
Again he prattles on about the ship. Oh, would I have left him on the ground.
To Luke.
Pray mark thy words, lad, else thou surely wilt become like a refused for Star Destroyer, and float away to vanish midst the stars. I'll warrant we soon in safety fly, once we jump the hyperspace can make. And what is more, my skill doth all exceed at making keen maneuvers. All my life I've escaped one scrapped and yet one more. Well, I remember when, as but a boy, I chased the Nerf while on a speeder bike. Though rocky field and harsh terrain we went, within, around, and backwards was our game. I got the Nerf that splendid day, but seems I've been dodging ever since.
How long now ere thou canst achieve light speed?
Few more moments shall it take while this computer doth its navigation work.
But art thou mad? For certain thy approach. I have not made this journey just to die.
Aside.
This man shall surely be the end of me.
Travel into hyperspace is not the same as thine a dusting of the crops. On my land of infinitely dry sand, sand's calculations quite exact, we would be like running through a belt of asteroids, or hit upon a planet's center mark. Should such our fate become, thy trip would end before it had begun.
But oh, what now? Oh, what light through yonder flashing sensor breaks?
It marks the loss of yon deflector shield. I bid thee peace. Now sit up and thou take heed, for all prepare to jump onto light speed.
Han graspeth quick the console in his hand, then suddenly the ship is bathed in light. Roar of engine, noise profound and grand. The great Millennium Falcon takes her flight.
Exit. Scene 5. Inside the Death Star. Enter Grand Moff Tarkin and Admiral Mati. Now are we come to the System Alderaan. Enter Princess Leia, bound, with guards and Darth Vader.
Governor Tarkin, scurvy knave art thou. Now seems it plain to me that Vader doth perform the part of docile dog into the sickening whinny of his master's voice. Familiar stench of dog's best friend have I marked deep within my sense of smell, even when I came unto the station.
Ever wert thou charming, Leia, even to the last, thou couldst not comprehend how hard it was. Aye, verily, how did I sigh and weep to give the order to destroy thy life.
Surprised am I thou had the courage to take responsibility for such as this unto this cowardly small self.
Aside.
She groweth ever bolder, which doth but increase my appetite to see her scream.
To Leia.
My princess, ere thou executed art, Would thou join me for a moment full of pomp and circumstance? For at this grand and noble ceremony shall the power of the great battle station here be shown to be quite fully operational. Now, no star system shall e'er dare oppose the Emperor.
Oh, but how wrong thou art. The more that thou doesn't exercise thy grip, the more star systems through that grip shall fall.
Not after we have shown the power vast, this battle station shall to them display. And to the point thou hast determined what the primary demonstration of its force shall be, which planet shall oblivion face?
Aside.
Now shall I drive the nail unto its home, and watch with joy as she with grief is torn.
To Leia.
Since thou hast so refused to grant us the hid location of the rebel base, I shall unleash this station's power upon thine own home planet, even Alderaan.
Hey, do not do so to peaceful Alderaan.
Thou shalt a military target name, then render swift the system's name as well, or else thy precious Alderaan goes to... I tire of asking o'er and o'er, since thus I promise, this shall be the final time. Where is thy rebel base?
Dantooine. May be found on the planet Dantooine.
Ha ha! Thou seest, Vader, now a cat, may have her claws removed. Now, Admiral, thou mayest continue with thy weapons test, and surely mayest thou fire when all's prepared.
What madness here!
Thou far too trusting art. The tiny Dantooine is too remote to show the station's power, but pray, fear not. We shall in time thy rebel friends pursue.
To do the governor's most evil will, the people on the Death Star quickly rise. Mighty flash, the beam bursts bright and shrill, and Alderaan is shattered before their eyes.
Alderaan.
Sing.
I don't know the tune, so I'm gonna tweak it. Alderaan hath blossomed bright. They sang we songs of Nani. But now here the days is turned to night. Sing hey, alack a day. My friend and I stood by the river, then sang a song of Nani. But I could not hear a soul deliver. Sing hey, alack a day. My planet hath the bluest shore. They sang we songs of Nani. The noble land is now no more. Sing hey, alack a day. Alack a day.
Exit. Scene 6. Space. Aboard the Millennium Falcon. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, R2-D2, and Chewbacca.
The instant Alderaan is smashed to bits, Luke tries his lightsaber, a keen trainee. The droids and Wookiee play a game of wits, but Obi-Wan doth sense catastrophe.
Aside.
Now breaks my heart as though the force I sense the suffering of many worthy souls. I know not what this doth portend, and yet I fear the worst.
Good sir, how farest thou?
Forsooth, a great disturbance in the force have I just felt. 'Twas like a million mouths cried out in fear at once, and then were gone. All hushed and quiet, silent to the last. I fear a stroke of evil hath occurred. But thou, good Luke, thy practice recommence.
Enter Han Solo.
Thou mayst all thy troubles now forget. The Imperial knaves have been outrun at last.
Aside.
Well, here's a solemn gathering indeed, quite lacking in proper gratitude.
To Obi-Wan and Luke.
Nay, speak thou not thy thanks to Hugh heartily, else shall thy praise go swiftly to my head. But at the point, we shall at Alderaan arrive ere long.
R2-D2 makes a move against Chewbacca in the game label.
Pray, R2, caution show.
Squeak, beep, beep, woo!
A that move he hath made, thou fairy lump. No use is there in screaming over the loss.
Aside.
However did I join this company? A Wookiee and his smuggler captain, oh.
Ugh.
Be thou wise, droid, mark well what thou dost. As it said, black holes are worthy thy fear, but fear thou more Wookiee's deadly wrath. But sir, no proverb runs the galaxy of how a droid may hostily angered be. Aye, marry, it's because no droid hath ever torn a joint of another human being's arms, upon a lesser insult ever than this. But Wookiee's golden droid are not so tame. Thy meaning, sir, doth prick my circuit board. 'Tis best to play the fool and not the sage. To say it brief, pray let the Wookiee win.
Ethan.
Ugh.
Aside.
Brute! The fool I'll play with thee indeed. Yet I see thou and thy friend have a heart.
Luke continues to practice with his lightsaber against the remote.
Remember, Luke, the Force doth smoothly flow within the feelings of a Jedi Knight.
But doth the Force control one's every move?
'Tis somewhat so, but also shall the Force obey thine every command, young Luke.
Aside.
This Force, by troth, I'll never comprehend. It doth control and also doth obey? And 'tis within, and yet is beyond. It is beyond. 'Tis both inside and yet outside oneself. What a paradox! What fickle-natured power! Frailty, thy name be like his Force.
To Obi-Wan.
Alack, the small remote hath struck again.
Thy errant systems of belief, thy weapons ancient, all thy mysteries, thy roads and meditations over the air, thy superstitious, even thy precious Force, cannot compare to my religion true. A trusty blaster, ever by my side, with thus I say my prayers and guard my soul.
Oh. Devoted follower must thou be with such a speech. Pray tell me, pilgrim reverent, dost thou truly disbelieve the Force?
Pilgrim truly said, for I've gone from galaxy to galaxy and more, and never hath this faithful worshipper found aught to recommend that strange belief. A single force that binds the universe. True it is, no power mystical controls Han Solo's yet unfinished destiny. And so I preach the one and only faith. My simple, merry tricks are all my gods. And nonsense is the Old Testament. I worship at the shrine of my own will.
Aside.
A wise philosopher, if e'er there was, I'll warrant he hath character he hides. Now prithee, try again, and lay aside thy conscious self. Take thou this helmet thick, adorn thine eyes with silver shield opaque, and trust thine instincts only as thy guide.
But surely 'tis jest, for with this shield I nothing now can see. How can I fight? Truly fight, or walk, or even stand? With one sight, but little can be done.
Nay, 'tis in blindness one doth truly see, for eyes deceive and sight is known to lie. Let feelings be thy sight, their guidance trust.
With mind unsure, Luke readies for the fight. Small remote doth dodge suddenly, but with calm mind, Luke blocks the blazer bright. With inner eye, the Force has let him see it.
Hurrah! Thou canst do it!
'Tis luck, no more.
Experience hath taught me much, dear man. None of it hath shown me aught of luck.
Find success against a small remote as well, and taketh skill, I do confess. Find success against a living soul, however, also taketh excellence.
Console B.
Seems we draw near to Alderaan.
Exit Han Solo and Chewbacca.
I did feel something, Obi-Wan, 'tis true. It seemed I fixed my soul's eyes on the remote.
Seems, young one. Nay, thou didst. Think thou not seems. Thou hast thy first step ta'en toward a world far greater than thou now canst understand.
Exit Luke, C-3PO, and R2-D2.
And thus begins, if I have seen aright, his transformation into Jedi Knight.
Exit Obi-Wan. Scene 7, inside the Death Star. Enter Darth Vader and Grand Moff. Enter Officer Cass opposite. My lord, our scout ships have reached Dantooine. Remains of the rebel base the scouts have found, yet surely hath it been a length of time deserted. Now shall they begin to search surrounding systems till to find the base. Exit Officer Cass.
The wrench hath lied, deceiving, cutthroat girl, most cunning princess, born of hell's own heart.
I knew full well she never would betray her prized rebellion, whilst in her right mind, and thus I said she never should have our trust.
Destroy her. 'Tis a sentence more than just.
Exit. Scene 8. Space. Aboard the Millennium Falcon. Enter Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Now dropping out of Lightspeed's frantic rush, we enter swift into the area where should there be great Alderaan in view. But pray, what madness meets the Falcon's flight? Is this an asteroid field I see before me? Ship have wrought a course direct and true, and yet no Alderaan may be found. Valor and Vilo, portents of great O. Shall it mean when planets are no more, for those who make their wages by the stars?
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker.
What news, good Han?
The ship's position hits the mark, yet no Alderaan there is.
I pray thee, Mary, say, what canst thou mean? How can a planet vanish in the air?
Thou hast said right, my lad. It's not there. The planet's gone. I'll turn to rock and ash.
Thou speakest not right. Say how, pray how. Tell how.
Destroyed it was, and by the Empire cruel.
1,000 ships could not destroy the planet. Truly 'twould take great power that ever was known to humankind. But soft another ship approaches quick.
A small ship flies quickly past the Millennium Falcon.
Belike they can, the tale to us relate.
Imperial fighter 'tis.
Hath it made chase?
Nay, a short-range fighter 'tis.
Aside.
Oh, how this situation here doth give me pause.
No base is there nearby, whence it cometh.
Aside.
Courage in me melts away at this. My boast cannot resolve this mystery.
The ship departeth swiftly. If they have identified our lot, we shall have strife.
It is my intent to keep us from that fate. Chewbacca, render its transmissions blocked.
Pray, let it go. 'Tis too far flown.
Not too long.
Dost thou agree a fighter of its size this deep in space could not have come alone?
Belike 'twas in a group, and now is lost.
It shall not live to tell the tale today.
Forsooth, he makes his way to that small moon.
I may play checkmate on him ere he lands.
Alas, I sense the game, and we're the pawns. That is no moon. 'Tis a space station there.
The Death Star looms in the distance, growing closer.
'Tis far too large a space station to be.
My feelings now do stir. I sense them well. They tell me we shall lose the match we play.
Pray, turn thee now the ship around!
I shall. Now, Chewie, blockest thou quick the auxiliary power.
What do we still approach? What can be done?
It hath the advantage using a tractor beam to pull us in onto its landing bay.
But pray, some move thou must have left to make.
My moves are finished, lad. I must shut down, else the ship's entire soon come apart. But still, with all my players, I shall fight.
Thou canst not win, but will by strategy some good alternatives to fighting sea.
So enters the Millennium Falcon, in unto the Death Star, grand and stark and mean. With fear, the Wookiee and the three brave men look on as their space journey changes scene. Meanwhile, the denizens within the base make haste to catch the ship that cometh near. Commanders come with well-armed guards apace. Stormtroopers to at their posts appear.
Exit. Act 4. Scene 1, inside the Death Star. Enter Darth Vader Grand Moff Tarkin, and envoy.
Your
A
envoys,
freighter
yeah.
hath been captured. A freighter hath been captured entering the system Alderaan. Its markings match a ship that hath most icily quickly fled.
This errant ship belike endeavors to return to the plans unto the princess, who, within this base, is locked and guarded cell.
To Grand Moff Tarkin.
Perhaps the princess yet hath use to us.
Exit Grand Moff Tarkin. Vader crosses to the ship. Enter Officer 1, Stormtroopers and Guards 1 and 2.
No person is aboard the ship, my lord. The log maintained on board doth tell a tale of all the crew abandoning the ship directly after its departure. 'Tis no doubt a decoy, sir, for all the pods have been launched.
Hast thou found any droids?
Nay, truly not, my lord. If there had been, then surely they must have abandoned too.
Send thou a scanning crew aboard the ship, and check its nooks and crannies, every bit.
Aye, good my lord.
Aside.
Distracted is my mind, but though it's cloudy haze, the reason comes. Unless I am in error, someone here has come. I've not felt this presence since the days that are but dark in memory. This presence I have known since I was young. This presence that once called me closest friend. This presence that hath all my hopes betrayed. This presence that hath turned my day to night. This presence, this awful presence presents here must be. So shall I to this presence violence present.
Exit Darth Vader.
Officer 1?
Oh, right, I'm odd. Sorry, mixed that up. Now to thy work, and scan the ship.
The scan is done. No living soul is here.
Exit Stormtroopers. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and R2-D2. Hidden.
'Tis fortunate thou hast these storage bins.
The use have ever been for smuggling goods. Never have I thought I would myself here then be smuggling. Only to its madness. Fie, if I could start the ship, the tractor beam would warp its evil talons around my neck.
The tractor beam thou mayst leave unto me.
Thou fool, I knew thou wouldst say as much.
Aye, say thou fool, then fool, good sir, I am. But when thou sayest fool, remember well that fools do walk in foolish company. So if I am a fool, perhaps 'tis true that other fools around me may be found. For who is he who hath more foolish been, the fool or other fool who follows him?
Hey, hi. Guards 1 and 2 stand by while scanning crew enters ship and are bested by Obi-Wan, Luke, Han Solo, and Chewbacca.
Oi, dost thou hear that sound?
Pray? Hear a sound?
Aye, truly. I quite clearly heard a sound.
Thine ears, mayhap, play tricks on thee, my friend.
Nay. Dost thou not think this strange?
What's strange?
The droids did flee the ship, and have attacked, and unto Tatooine have gone by pod. 'Tis true thus far.
I cannot claim 'tis false.
On Tatooine, they have been traced. First the Jawas vile, then to humans.
Dead?
Aye, dead. They are. Our men did see it. But follow on. The boy who with them lived hath fled, and hear not where, till he was seen at yon Mos Eisley with a pair of droids.
Aye, 'twas all in the last week's briefing. Pray, what more of this? Hast thou new to say?
The boy and droids together disappeared. The very hour this ship did fly, and now the ship is here, though empty seems.
Nay, empty 'tis. The scanning crew doth work e'en now.
Which bringeth me full circle to the sound I have just heard. Is it possible, my friend, that boy and droids and rebels all have flown within the ship unto the base, and now, whilst thou and I do speak, still hide within the ship?
I am amazed.
Aye, verily. Thinkest thou I may be right?
I said thou hast amazed me, and 'tis true, but never did I say I think thee right. Thou dost amaze me by the overactive thoughts. Ah, hidden boy, the droid within, a fig? Avaunt, thou silly guard, be not so thick. Thy great imagination hath all thy better senses. Thinkest thou powers of judgment far exceed our masters true? Mayst thou outwit the great Darth Vader or the cunning of our Governor Tarkin? Nay, we are but simple guards. Our purpose here is plain and to the point. We have been tasked to watch the ship and follow all commands, and not to prattle on with airy thoughts.
Aye, thou hast spoken a well-considered word. Thou art a friend, as I'd e'er maintained, and thou hast spoken truth and calmed me quite. The rebels hide herein, what vain conceit, that ere they should the Death Star enter. Ha!
It warms my heart to see thou so restored and back to thine own merry native.
Pray,
Within.
may we have thy good assistance here?
So, let us go together, good friend. Cheer!
Guards 1 and 2 enter the ship and are immediately killed. Exit others. Scene 2. Inside the Death Star. Enter officers 2 and 3.
Say, TK421, now wherefore hast thou left thy station? TK421, canst thou my message hear? Take thou command. Belike he hath a bad transmitter, so shall I attend and help him if I may.
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, C-3PO, R2-D2, and Chewbacca, Han Solo, and Luke, just as story. Killing officers 2 and 3.
Now through the doorway come our heroes brave. The Imperial officers Chewbacca fights whilst Khan with blaster doth his entry pave. They have arrived. Escape is in their sights.
Chewbacca. Oh? Thank you.
Sorry.
Fie, with this howling nonsense, and, with thy blasting, 'tis a miracle that all within the station have not heard of our arrival.
Surely, let them come. Thought I would prefer sneaking on hither.
Beep. Squeak. Beep. Beep.
We have the outlet for the system found.
Aside.
Oh, that my words might end their bickering.
'Tis well. Plug R2 in and he shall read the whole Imperial network.
Beep. Squeak. Woo. Wee. Ah. Beep. Beep. Squeak. Beep. Beep.
Now hath he found the main control unto the power beam that holds the ship herein. He shall attempt to show thee presently where his exact location may be found. The tractor beam in 7 places is connected to the main reactor, but at power loss at any terminus shall set the good Millennium Falcon free.
Aside.
That number 7 shall our freedom mean, but only one of 7 shall we need. I fear those numbers 7 and then 1 do something dangerous portend, but why? Our company is only 6, unless there were another joined unto us here. Then were we 7, yet what means the 1? Oh, strangely sweeps the thought into my mind. I have a feeling through the force that ere we leave this place, some 7 shall we be, yet 1 shall stay behind as sacrifice. Thus 7 and thus 1. The numbers tell the story that herein shall soon be told.
To Luke and Han.
Methinks ye two cannot assist me now, this one, and I shall go alone.
Aye, good. So shall I hearken unto what thou said, for I already on this voyage have done more than for which I've been paid.
I would go with thee, sir.
Pray patience, Luke, for thou must stay and guard the vital droids. They must be taken safely to our friends or other systems and like Alderaan. Thy destiny, dear boy, doth truly go upon a path far different from mine, and fate for thee hath spun another thread than what she hath for Obi-Wan's life stitched. The force it shall be done with 3 always. Luke.
Exit Obi-Wan. Aside.
He hath bestowed a Jedi's blessing here. So why then am I utterly unnerved?
Wookie, thou hast spoken well and true. Whence hast thou this old bag of bones uncovered?
Oh, yon Ben, in all good virtues doth excel.
Aye, certain he excelleth when the goal is but to lead us into great trouble.
Oh, but thou hast not excelled at offering a thought to how we can this station escape.
And simple plan excellent over remaining here till all descend on us. It taketh not the wisdom that excels to know for certain facts that such is true.
Heaven, I'll stop.
Aside.
Heaven, I'll stop their bickering with this new information. Meep, meep.
To Han and Luke.
Wee.
I prithee, what doth all this beeping mean?
Sir, I confess I do not know. He hath declared that he hath found her, then the droid repeats, "She's here, she's here."
But Mary, who?
Oh, good Princess Leia.
Princess Leia, here? Now doth this strange adventure stir my blood.
What saith the princess?
R2. Sophie.
It's Luke's
I
line.
don't like.
Oh,
I think
sorry.
there's
It's
a
Luke.
Where thou droid? Say where.
What princess? On thy life this thing unveil.
meep meep beep squeak. Beep beep woo.
Even now, the princess is on level 5 detention block of AA-23.
Aside.
Oh me, this new discovery of mine doth shake my core and shall arouse their souls.
To Han and Luke.
Beep beep ah beep squeak beep 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 ah me.
I fear, good sir, it doth give certain news. The princess shall be terminated soon.
Nay. So quickly met, and now with this, so quickly lost. Now must we swiftly act.
What dost thou prattle on about? Pray tell.
Aside.
Oh, can one describe in simple words the importance this mysterious woman hath upon my life? These droids are hers. She hath appeared in message urgent too. I see thou canst understand it well. Yet, what I know is this: we must give her whate'er unflagging help and hope we may.
Speak not with such great folly. Obi-Wan hath told us to remain.
Yet knew he not that she is here?
To C-3PO.
Pray tell me how we may straight make our way to the detention block.
I say again what I have said before, that this location is my purpose fixed, and whether princess be within or no, tell thee plain I shall not go thither go.
She shall be executed. Thou hast said mere minutes past. What thou wouldst not remain to see our sudden, sure imprisonment. Now is thy fondest wish that we should stay?
To march the detention blocks unwise, to make our way to danger folly 'tis. To there present ourselves as passing mad, to boldly go where none hath gone is wild.
Hast thou no heart? She sentenced is to die.
My sentence is, 'tis better she than I.
Aside.
How shall I break a heart that loved not? And how convinced a man who lives by wits? He hath not seen the urgency within her eyes. He hath not known the trembling in her voice. He hath not heard the manner of her plea, and yet Without his help, I fear my errand surely fails. What shall I do? I know that under his exterior, more good and noble aspirations lie. But by what tricks of speech to bring them forth, and what persuasions shall the fixed will move? My Aunt Beru hath told me once a tale. She said when first the deep, vast Kessel mines were dug, it was revealed that the pearls of greatest value must by clever means discovered be. So did the miners band together. So it took make a useful tool. This tool would pull the pearls out of the rock in such a way they seemed to merge by ruse. This practice had a name, the hammer ploy. Now shall I play a hammer's ploy upon the soul of this good smuggler, coaxing him by means most indirect to rescue good. Thus may a peril of his staggered, ragged soul revealed and shine as ne'er before.
To Han.
I tell thee true, the lady wealthy is.
Ugh. Ugh.
Say, wealthy?
Wealthy, eh? With power. Of that was to rescue her, thy great reward would be.
Pray what?
Well, more I'll warrant than thou mayst imagine.
Thou josh with me, for my imagination hath few bounds.
Thou shalt have it.
So would I.
Aye, thou wilt.
Enough, I'm engaged. But I do hope thou knowest well of what thou speakest here.
Well.
Hast thou a plan?
C-3PO, I prithee, pass those binding cuffs to me.
To Chewbacca.
Good Wookie, shall I put these on thee now?
Ugh.
Han, perhaps thou should that honor have.
Han Solo cuffs Chewbacca.
Fear not, dear Chewie, now his plan is plain. My Master Luke, forgive me my question, frank. What should we do if we're discovered,
Lock thou the door.
And pray they blasters none.
Aside to R2D.
Tis not a reassuring word.
Exit C-3PO and R2D. Luke and Chewbacca go to.
So now Chewbacca, Han, and Luke proceed unto detention level 5, quite grave. With bravery, good hope, and all God's speed, their errand is a princess there to save. The minions of the Death Star pay no mind, nor are they by these three at all dismayed. They do not fear the war, for behind are Han and Luke as stormtroopers arrayed. Meanwhile, in stealth doth Obi-Wan pass by, and to the terminal doth make his way. But while he goes, Darth Vader feels him fly, so every character his role doth play.
Thy plan shall not work.
And wherefore hast thou not said this ere now?
But I have.
Luke, Han Solo, and Chewbacca enter detention block. Officer and soldier.
By heaven, I say, where takest thou this thing?
This prisoner hath been transferred here, from cell 1138.
No one hath told me so. Thus 'tis my duty to confirm thy word.
Soldiers approach.
Be thou swift and merciless, good Luke.
Han Solo, Luke, and Chewbacca kill Officer 4 and soldiers.
With blasters raised and targets in their scopes, the three do overtake the Imperial threat. This obstacle o'ercome, they have fresh hopes, but still their way hath not been made clear yet.
Now we shall see wherein thy princess lies. Safe here she now held in cell 2187. Go, I'll hold them here. Be not anxious, comrades. Fear ye not. The situation here hath been controlled. All merry 'tis in the detention block.
But what hath happened?
Tis no matter, sir. A slight malfunction of the weapons here, but all's well, and we are well, and all are within our well. The prisoners too are well. Tis well, tis well. And thou art also well?
We shall dispatch a squad to verify.
Nay, there's a leak in the reactor here. Pray give us time to mend the matter well. The leak is large and dangerous, but fear thou not, for all I tell thee true, all's well.
True Comlink.
But who art thou, and what's thy number code?
Yeah.
Han Solo Blast Comlink.
That conversation did my spirit spore. Now, Luke, prepare thyself for company.
Luke enters Princess Leia's chamber aside.
Thou truly art in jest. Art thou not small of stature, if thou art a stormtrooper? The Empire shrink for what of taller troops? The Empire's evil ways, I'll grant, are grand. Must its soldiers want for fear of height?
Aside.
So hath my introductions fallen short. She sees the uniform, but not the man.
Removing helmet to Leia.
Luke Skywalker am I. I have thy droids. My noble errand is to rescue thee. And I, with Ben Kenobi, have come here.
With Ben Kenobi? Where is he?
Draw near.
Exit. Scene 3, inside the Death Star. Enter Darth Vader and Grand Moff Tarkin. Who's the Force still in?
Lord Vader.
Lord Vader.
I think he's just busy with family matters.
Your voice seems mute.
I tell thee,
thank you.
he is here.
Old Obi-Wan Kenobi, wherefore dost thou think 'tis so?
A tremor in the Force hath been my God. When last I felt its movement, I was in the presence.
'Twas years ago. He must be dead by now.
Thou shouldest not underestimate the power of the Force doth hold.
The Jedi are extinct. Their power from the universe is gone, and thou, dear friend, art all that doth remain of their misguided old religion ways.
Comlink beeps.
Pray, what?
Detention
Come.
AA23 hath sounded an emergency alert.
The princess. Phi, put thou all sections on alert.
I tell thee, Obi-Wan is here, even now, and surely with him is the Force.
If thou art right, he must not be allowed this station to escape. Nay, never, nay.
Escape is not his plan. I must confront my former master and must do it alone.
Exit Grand Moff Tarkin.
The master's lesson shall I teach in turn. When Obi-Wan and I face battle soon, I shall my vengeance win, my triumph gain, and deliver him unto his death. Though comrades were we in full many wars, though friends have been once, the past is gone, and all is but a horrible memory. Today my hopes shall be achieved whenever I strike down the vile betrayer of my youth. This conflict shall fulfill my destiny and end for him in bleak eternity.
Exit Darth Vader. Scene 4, inside the Death Star. Enter Han Solo and Chewbacca, with stormtroopers entering and Luke Skywalker and Leia.
With hearty blasts, the Imperial troops appear. Their coming doth require that Han retreat. In moment dangerous, amidst great fear, here Han and Leia time meet.
Our exit's blocked now.
With a fool's great skill, hast thou our route, freedom quite cut off?
Mayhaps thy highness would prefer herself.
To Comlink.
C-3PO, canst thou by any means discover a way how we may the cell block leave? Through entry point is now a deadly end.
All to thy presence have been I have alerted Bin. The entrance only takes one in or out. All other information where ought thou hath been restricted.
Now, we're quite trapped.
I cannot hold them back forever, sure.
'Tis quite the rescue thou hast planned for me. Oh.
Tis quite a rescue thou hast planned for me. Thou hast come in, but how shalt thou go out? Folly been thy guide?
He hath the plan, not I, thou sweetheart of ingratitude.
Leia takes Luke's blaster and shoots a hole in the wall.
By what dark spirit of hell art thou possessed?
Falls to me to make our rescue good. Now follow me into the refuse heap.
Princess Leia exits into chute. To Chewbacca.
Go thou hence.
Oh!
Get in, thou furry lump. I care not what thou smellst within, unless 'tis death must be sweeter smell than this attack. Now go, be not afraid, my friend.
Chewbacca exits into chute. To Luke.
I say, what a charming girl thou hast here found. Either I shall destroy her, or perhaps I and May Tai begin to like the wench.
Aside.
Nay, executioner or lover, both are far too great a role for thee to play.
Now go, and follow I, or all else be damned.
Exit Luke and Han into chute.
The scene doth shift unto the refuge space, where all is wrought, as like a funeral pyre. Through, though safe, our heroes' other woes now face. They go from frying pan unto fire.
Enter Han Solo, Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, and Princess Leia in garbage at the bottom of chute.
Oh, what wonder of the human mind hath thought to bring us here? Your Highness must be lauded greatly for discovering such a wondrous smell as this.
To Chewbacca.
I'll blast the door. Swift get thee hence.
Nay, pray thee, shoot thou not.
Han shoots and blasts Ricochet.
There, thou errant knave! What's thou undo to us all? I have already tried to exit thus, but lo, as thou now plainly see, thou brute, the passageway is sealed magnetically.
Rid us of that blaster, quickly too, else shall thine energy trigger finger mean the certain death of all of us herein.
Oh, I, thy worship. 'Twas all in my control to allow this lead us into this heap, nor shall the stormtroopers need any time to calculate where all of us have flown.
Yet I say to you, it could be worse.
A loud sound is heard.
'Tis worse.
I'll warrant something lives in here.
Aside.
I suspect his word is true, but fear to say.
To Luke.
'Tis but thy keen imagination, Luke.
'Twas not just my imagination that hath now swum boldly past my leg, or else imagination now hath body too. Aye, there, did thine eye see? But did a mere imagined figment just swim by?
See what?
Luke is pulled into the water by an unseen force.
Yet ere young Luke with answer can respond, he's pulled unto the watery depths below. For several moments in that garbage pond, no sign is seen beneath the murky flow. An ominous sound breaks forth into the pit, and seconds later, Luke emerges, spent. The beast's pursuit of him for now is quit. A greater challenge doth this represent.
Luke rises above the surface.
Miracle, that thou were truly saved. What happened there, below the briny sludge?
I do not know. Thy slimy creature hath released its vice-like grip on me and fled.
Another sound is heard.
I have a feeling bad about this sound.
The walls begin to contract.
Oh, walls! Oh, horrid fate! Begin to move!
Be not afraid, and stand thou not in awe. Rouse thee now, and halt its sure approach. Now, lead me thy assistance.
But wait! I have a comlink in my and may hail the droids.
Into comlink.
Say, C-3PO, say, art thou there? Pray, speak!
But while he tries to hail the golden droid, C-3PO hath troubles of his own. For stormtroopers are to their room deployed,
and now the droids must save themselves alone.
Enter C-3PO and R2-D2 side. Stormtrooper.
Oh, grant us help for thou madmen here, who have even now thy prison's level gone. If thou but hurry, thou mayst catch them there.
Aside.
Well said, my friend. Hath a merry wit when pride and scorn fall not from out his mouth.
To the Stormtroopers.
Hi, pretty fellows, come and follow me.
Exit Stormtrooper.
Ugh.
3PO!
Now climb on top.
Faith, I try.
Where is the knave? C-3PO!
I fear wicked fates befallen them. Pray R2, see if they are imprisoned are. Now search at space.
Beep, squeak, beep.
One thing is certain, we shall all be thinner be. I shall not lose my wit, even in death's face. They are not found. Oh, great relief. Where may they be? Use the comlink? Oh, I had forgotten quite and turned it off. Pray,
Intercomlink.
Pray, art thou there, sir?
Intercomlink.
3PO, 'tis thou?
Intercomlink.
I will confess, we have some problems faced.
Aside. Intercomlink.
Peace, 3PO, lend ears, and not thy voice. Disarm thou every refused masher on detention levels. Dost thou mark me, droid? Be rapid, else thy master is no more.
Nay,
Aside to R2-D2.
shut them all down. Hurry, R2, go.
Beep, squeak, beep, whistle. Woo! Oh.
Ah! Ah!
Heart within this golden beast doth beat, for wires and circuit boards are here. Yet, as I hear my master's dying scream, no heart is necessary for my grief. A droid hath sadness and hopes and fears, and each of these emotions have I felt since Master Luke appeared and made me his. No master I ever respected so. Thus, at this moment grave, do I declare, there's no etiquette for shedding tears, no protocol can ever express my woe.
Aside.
Plague on C-3PO, on 3PO, for action slow. A plague upon my quest that led us here. A plague on both our circuit boards, I say.
Intercomlink.
Nay, nay, fear not, dear droid. We all still live. Pray thou open the door on maintenance hatch. 32687 blessed be.
Aside.
O fondest hope, O fervent praise now heard. Master is alive, and plagues deterred.
Exit. Scene 5. Inside the Death Star. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi in stealth with 2 stormtroopers and Power Turtle.
While Luke and Leia, Han and Chewie flee, old Obi-Wan has reached the power source, cuts the tractor beam quite cunningly, and makes his exit drawing on the floor.
What do these warnings tell? Shall we explore?
Belike, 'tis just a drill and nothing more.
Exit.
There's another page missing.
Scene 6. Inside the Death Star. Enter Luke Skywalker, holding Stormtrooper helmet.
Alas, poor stormtrooper.
I think we're missing a page.
We're missing a page.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Because
alright.
it goes from the troopers and then it goes to the line, whatever thou wert, good man, thy pardon grant unto the one who took thy place, even me.
Oh, okay. That's just my monologue. Alas, poor stormtrooper. I knew, ye not. Yet have I taken both uniform and life from thee. What manner of a man wert thou? A man of infinite jest or cruelty? A man with helpmate and with children too? A man who hath this empire served with pride? A man, perhaps, who wished for perfect peace? Whate'er thou wert, good man, thy pardon grant unto the one who took thy place and mine.
Enter Han Solo, Chewbacca, and Prince.
If we may female given advice void, we should be well upon our merry way.
I stand, I ready to be gone from here.
Large sound is heard.
Say, where dost thou go to, Wookie? Where?
On fires.
Brute, they shall overhear.
Pray come thou here, Chewbacca, else I brand thee cowardly.
Use thine ears, if thou hast thy brain. I know not who thou art or whence you campest. At thou this moment you shalt heed my words.
Your worship, prithee let me be direct. I have one lord and master, 'tis myself, and only from that one I take commands.
A wonder great that thou art still alive. Now prithee, thou shall his walking carpet shall be removed from my path.
Aside.
Saucy wits, wicked tongue that will be tamed, I vow. No other payment is reward enough.
They come upon the hangar where the Millennium Falcon is held. To Luke, Princess Leia, and Chewbacca.
There it is.
Into comlink.
C-3PO, say, art thou there?
Aside, in comlink. Into comlink.
And art thou safe?
Aside, in comlink.
For now we are positioned in the hangar just across directly from the gallant ship.
Into comlink.
And they are just above thee, so stand by.
To Han.
Hast thou come here in that ungainly heap? Thou art perhaps then braver than I thought.
'Tis well and good, though I need not thy praise. Now let us hence into the ship repair.
The foursome toward the ship with swift foot race, but soon they meet with opposition dire. Chewbacca goes with Han, both giving chase, while Luke and Leia to other paths aspire, running away.
Fly hence, my friends, and meet us at the ship.
Exeunt Han Solo and Chewbacca chasing.
A lion's share of courage hath he not?
Aside.
Alas, now her heart moved unto him.
To Leia.
What help is courage if it leads to death? But come now, let us flee another way.
The chase is underway as all make haste. Han, once pursuer, soon becomes pursued. When with a mass of stormtroopers he's faced, he turneth quick as like a man. Meanwhile, the princess and young Luke do flee from stormtroopers coming after them with speed. They happen on an open door and see a chasm pass.
Be like we have an errant corner turned, for this deep hole lead not unto the ship.
Sooth, methinks that we shall be safer, even with the pit, behind a door shut fast.
She shuts door.
Now I know no lock we may employ, so what if for our freedom is the key?
Luke Skywalker shoots door control. Aside.
I take a note from Han and blaster use. Be like that shall keep enemies at bay.
Must overlap the steep abyss somehow. Hey, canst thou use thy sharp and earnest wit to find means for lengthening that bridge?
Oh, now the wisdom of old Obi-Wan is proven, for the blaster was too harsh.
Do something, prithee, or they shall burst through.
So clever Luke, the scene he doth survey, and soon conceives a noble plan to cross. To take their flight and save them sans delay, he bears a length of rope as thin as floss. Attacked, now Leia matches fire with fire, and so they cross a swinging o'er the abyss. But ere they fly, the princess doth inspire more strength in Luke by means of royal kiss.
Kiss for luck before our flight, dear friend. A kiss upon thy cheek from lips of mine, a kiss to give thee hope and confidence, a kiss to bring us courage in this time. Now take this kiss, my gift bestowed by choice, and on the other side, soon we will rejoice.
Exeunt. Scene 7, inside the Death Star. While droids do worry o'er their master's fate, Han and Chewbacca make this swift. while Luke and Leia now in safety wait, a mighty final duel taketh shape.
Enter Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi with stormtroopers watching.
For certain, I have waited, Obi-Wan. Now, at last, we meet together here. Our destinies once and for all fulfilled. The circle of our lives is now complete. A student was I, when I thee last. Now, I am the master over thee.
Thou art a master, Darth. I know this true, but only evil hast thou mastered yet.
They duel.
Very good, very good.
I see thee plain,
Wow.
thou shouldst not wait. I see thy power have weak.
Thou hast missed a line, Vader.
In time thy powers have become weak, old man.
And yet thou canst win, I'll warrant, Darth. Or if thou strikes me down, even now, even here, I shall more great and powerful become than e'er thou hast imagined possible.
I tell thee plain, thou shouldst not have returned.
What noble battle passes twixt these men? Lightsabers rage from Sith and Jedi Knight. No more courageous battle hath there been. 'Tis like the day does come back with the night. Now whilst the two in conflict strike their blow, the others come that they may find the ship. At first, Han Solo with Chewbacca shows, and Luke and Princess Leia just behind.
Enter Han Solo with Chewbacca aside.
Did we not just this frightening party leave?
Enter Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia with them.
Where hast thou been?
We did some old friends meet, but finding them unfriendly, we both vowed to find far truer, better friends henceforth.
Hast thou seen any problems with the ship?
It seemeth fine if we make an approach and get beyond the stormtroopers. I then my fondest hope is that thy Obi-Wan hath thinkest the wicked tractor beam.
Behold, what ease the stormtroopers go hence.
Now 'tis our chance. Good ought you come.
Aside.
Hey, will he now be leading me? To me?
To C-3PO.
Fly, fly, good friends. Unto the ship make haste.
As everyone unto the ship draws nigh, young Luke sees Obi-Wan trade slice with slice. And Ben Kenobi, catching young Luke's eye, prepares to make a gracious sacrifice.
A Jedi is not made of fear or hate, but must a nobler countenance display. It is a lesson learned in times gone by, that still I teach myself unto this day. For many years I've spent with thoughts of this instant when Darth Vader and I'd confront. But now my thirst for retribution's cold, while sweet forgiveness doth my spirit taste. I know I cannot win this battle here, nor would I wish to slay the kindly man who surely still within this black shell lives. And so unto this death I'll go, this sleep that promises the death of peace, this undiscovered galaxy wherein I'll know at last tranquility of heart. But ere I die, I'll one last lesson teach. I shall in this, my final moment, set a keen example for the universe, that future generations may yet know the valor and the strength of Jedi Knights. Put up thy lightsaber now, Obi-Wan, and show thyself a Jedi to this son.
Obi-Wan raises lightsaber and is killed by Darth Vader.
Nay!
Cry of nay! Escapes Luke's trembling lip, and stormtroopers turn round to see them there. A battle great begins before the ship as to the falcon brave souls repair. But ere the group departs amid the fray, Luke hears the voice of Obi-Wan inside. Pray, Luke, Luke, run, the inner voice doth say. And Luke the Death Star leaves with force as guide.
Exit. Act 5. Scene 1. Space. Aboard the Millennium Falcon. Enter Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia separately, with C-3PO and R2-D2.
My heart doth break at this moment, most recent loss. And how shall heart be healed of this grave pain? My aunt and uncle first, and now this Ben. Did e'er a person know such grief as mine?
Heart breaks for a person. Obi-Wan. My heart breaks for a people, Alderaan. The ship crushed first, and now my planet too. Never a person knows such grief as ours.
I have but known this man a little time, yet in my heart he holds a special place. So had I hoped to learn from him the Force and be his eager new apprentice too.
Alderaan I've known for all my life, and hold it to my heart in highest esteem. So had I hoped to one day make it home, when this rebellion all is passed away.
But now must I another pathway take, and make my final destiny sans him. My hope shall not fulfilled be as planned. Yet I may hope to serve through different deeds.
Now must I some other course adopt, and write my life's own story without them. My dreams shall not be realized as I wished, yet may I dream to see some other fate.
Thus shall I strive to hold my head up high and be a beacon to this princess dear. So I'll, in her rebellion, play my part and show her what a Jedi Knight may be.
Shall I strive to hold my hands outstretched and be a common presence to this man? So I'll in his deep mourning act my role, show him what a comfort friend may be.
Within.
We now approach the Empire's sentry ships. I prithee, Chewie, keep the ships at bay and angle our deflector shields while I stew charged weapons for our sure defense.
He enters and speaks, and Leia.
My friends, I know ye grieve most heartily, yet we have not made our escape complete. I need thy help, so get thee to the guns.
With newfound strength, Luke rises to the chore and finds the console opposite from Han. With lasers armed and engines all aroar, TIE fighters swiftly come. The battle's on.
Now be thou sharp, young Luke.
They come anon.
Come anon.
Oh. They come too fast. How shall we hold them off?
Ship is struck. All lateral controls have been destroyed.
Oh, heaven!
He falls.
Be not afeared. I'll warrant that the ship shall surely hold.
Aside.
Oh, ship, hast heard my word? I prithee hold.
Now have I smashed one.
Well, thou worthy lad.
Aside.
But be thou not too full of pride and joy. When the battle's won, then thou may boast indeed, but none ever boast yet who bested were.
Still two remain, so be thou bold and wise.
With shouts and sweat and every skill employed, young Luke and Han contend with all their might. At length, the last TIE fighter is destroyed, and battle ends in fiery blast of light.
We are the victors! Merry is the day!
Oh, but I have fallen. Help, oh, help me now. 'Tis surely thy fault, R2-D2C.
Beep, beep, squeak. Beep, beep. Whee!
Excellent. Scene 2, inside the Death Star. Enter Grand Moff Tarkin and Darth Vader.
Now, have they gone? The rebels truly fled?
They have. Even now, the jump to light speed made.
And thou art sure? I prithee, say thou art. The homing beacon safe aboard the ship hath placed been. I fear this risks unwise.
The risk and homing beacon both have been well packed, though Tarkin be assured thereon.
'Tis well, good friend. I trust thy word herein. Yet would I have thee known what dangers here, while I have risked the world to let them flee, since thou dost reassure the risks on thee.
Excellent. Scene 3. Space, aboard the Millennium Falcon. Enter Han Solo and Princess Leia.
Thy rescue hath been wondrous, thinkst thou not? Say I, in times I do amaze myself. Amazing hath my rescue of thee been. Amazing is my hand at piloting. Amazing all my part in this escape. Amazing I, 'tis true, my handsome looks.
Amazing is thy pride and love of self. Stand I now amazed that ever thou shouldst allow thy great, amazing self to stop so low that thou wouldst rescue such as I. Let me now amaze thee, if I may, by telling thee that thy amazement is misplaced. Never have I imperial ships let enemies escape with such great ease, and now an amazing vessel have just now amazingly escaped.
Nay, nay, callest thou this venture easy, princess?
I'll warrant we are being tracked even now.
This ship shall never tracked be, good sis.
Thinks you doubt upon this vessel far too great a trust bestow. But none of that, I merely am reveled that the R2 doth the information safely in him guard.
But wherefore does this matter, princess say? What carries he?
Bellion's greatest hope, for he doth hold the readouts technical unto that battle station, aye, the one that such great power displayed older Alderon. Hope is that when the data can be read, an inner weakness we shall find. Though you hast seen this battle end, the war has not concluded yet.
There thou erst, thou dost not speak my mind, for this ship and its pilot, princess, 'tis concluded now. I have not joined thy rebellion, nay. My purpose runs not to rebellion help, my purpose runs not to assist thyself. My purpose runs towards one aim alone, and I do speak it plain. I shall be paid, and I will be paid, and every aspect of my being lives in expectation of the moment or thou shalt my coffers fill.
Fiendish knave, be thou concerned not over thy reward. If thou money dost find love, then surely shalt thou have it, aye.
Enter Luke Skywalker.
Thy friend is every part a hired man, mercenary with no mercy. I question whether he doth care for aught or anyone.
Exit Princess Leia. Aside.
But I do care, I do. If only, Leia, thou didst know how much.
To Han.
Pray tell me, Han, what dost thou think of her?
I tell thee true, my mind is settled fast when it thinks not of her.
Ah, 'tis well, 'tis well.
Aside.
Now it's plain to me why he doth ask. The boy doth fancy her, I'll warrant, else I've made a great mistake in judgment here. What use are young men's dreams if not for mocking? So I shall dance upon his tender heart. And yet,
Luke. Aside.
Alas, yet. What's this of yet?
the woman truly hath a spirit bold, and yet I know not. What's thou think, I pray? Think'st thou a princess could be with me?
Nay.
Excellent. Scene 4. The rebel base on Yavin 4. The swift Millennium Falcon makes course unto the place the Empire long has sought. On Yavin 4, rebellion hath its source, or which the final battle shall be fought. Enter Princess Leia and Commander Willard with Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and R2-D2 behind.
And then, yeah, I'm willing. Good princess, thou Dave, when word we heard about the cruel destruction of thy home, we'd feel the worst. But now to see thee safe is like a fresh blossom to my sense.
In time we may recount our griefs, good sir, but now is the occasion we must act. I prithee, take this R2 unit here and use the data thou shalt find therein to plan our great attack. Our only hope it is. Commander, trust in what I say.
The records R2 holds are analyzed, and lo, an opportunity appeared. The rebels straight are of the news apprised, and hearts made ready as the battle nears. But whilst they mine good R2's database, the Empire learns where all the rebels wait.
the Death Star makes its way unto the place to bring to Yavin Alderon's grim fate. Enter General Dodonna, Wedge Antilles, and various rebel commanders and pilots.
Sophie or Dodonna?
Ooh. Now gather round, ye pilots good and true, for here shalt thou a goodly lesson learn. For have a single hope in this attack, and yet shall hear what we may compass it. Battle station heavily shields is, and hath more power to fire than half our fleet. It has defense against the large assault, but like the king who fell for want of horse, this station may be crushed by smaller might. A one-man fighter may have strength to clear the outer walls and penetrate therein.
Beg pardon, sir, but how, I prithee, shall a one-man fighter stand its ground against that?
Question asked and wisdom 'tis, good friend. The empire vast hath not considered small snub fighters to be any threat, methinks. Else surely 'twould make suitable defense. The strongest people often put their faith upon their strength alone, yet often such as these bested by people led by wisdom, skill, and cunning. To the point, the plans provided by the princess show the battle station's fatal weakness. Aye. Weakness do I call it, yet be sure, the hard approach therein shall perilous be. Thou must maneuver through the trench above the surface unto the special point. There shalt thou found the glory spot, my lads. There shalt thou with a blast of mostly mealy shot bring down the empire cruel and merciless. Take ye heed, for all that is not yet told. The hole thou must attempt to strike is 2 meters wide, a thermal pipe for waste. This hope shall make the laser's power grow, and the hole shall start a chain reaction great. This hole of thou canst hit it, wins the day. This hole shall end the battle station whole.
But, sir, the odds of such a hit are nil.
'Tis near impossible. Shall we, I say, attempt this madness, or mayhap 'tis best if we do live to fight another day if we had but another 1,000 ships?
Friends, rebels, starfighters, lend me your ears. Wish not had a single fighter more. If we are marked to die, we are enough to make our planets proud. But should we win, with fewer rebels share the greater fame, and all have sacrificed unto this cause. Yet ye all know well the family I have lost. My uncle dear and aunt beloved, I both, and then a mentor great, a powerful friend. As massive is the grief I feel for them. I know full well they did not have me back down. The princess hath a planet lost with friends and family alike. How great her pain, and yet as grave as that emotion is, she knoweth they would have her lead us still. And ye goodly men and women too, ye all have lived and loved and lost as well. Your stories are with mine, one and the same. For all of us have known of grief and joy, and everyone has come unto this day, not so that we may turn our backs and flee, but that we may a greater courage show, both ourselves and those we left behind. So let us not wish further ships we hear, and let us not of tiny holes be feared. Why, I have with a T-16 back home, gone hunting womp rats, scarcely larger than a target. We are called upon to strike, and ye brave souls, have your memories of your great exploits in your own homelands. So on them, and let your valor rise. For with the force and bravery, we win. Oh, shall great be the triumph of that hour when empire haughty, vast, and powerful is felled by simple hands of rebels base. Shown the might of our good company. The citizens in Bespin now abed shall think themselves accursed they were not here, for never shall rebellion seek a time more glorious than our strong attack today.
Aye.
Go ye them, and force be with you all.
Exit all but Luke Skywalker. A bustling preparation now is made, as every man unto his does go. A joyful spirit doth the space pervade, whilst on the Death Star pride doth overflow. Enter Darth Vader with Grand Moff Tarkin aside in Death Star.
This day I want lives in history. The end of old Kenobi hath seen, and the end of the rebellion draweth near.
Exit Darth Vader and Grand Moff Tarkin. Enter Han Solo.
Now what is this? Thou hast thine only love, thy dear reward, and now thou leavest quick?
'Tis true, I do confess, for I shall never be free unless I use this great reward to clear me from the crushing weight of death. And be thou honest, should I remain here to fight against a power as great as this? Foolish fight, 'tis lunacy. Pray, Luke, come with us. Thou art a brave and worthy lad with wit and strength to fight.
Speak thou not so, but open up thine eyes. See here what noble cause thou leavest behind. Look in the hearts of these good people here. Behold the force that keeps rebellion strong. Thou must have eyes to see what happens here. How great the cost of this bleak battle is. Thou knowest well what talent dost thou hold, to pilot and to lead with manner bold. Turn not thy back upon thy fate, good Han, but turn thy heart and stay with us to fight.
What value hath reward when one is killed? What benefit gives honor to the dead? To try and fight against that station, Luke, it's not good courage, rather suicide.
Take then take thou care now, Han, thou solo act, for certain 'tis the part thou best dost play.
Nay, listen. May the force be with thee, Luke.
Exit Luke.
The ship that flies without a thruster fails. Propulsion and direction must one have to navigate the opposite space. I know 'tis true, as any pilot doth. How can I imagine that a man can fly without a conscience as his guide? Without the inner compass of my soul, how can I vainly hope to pilot life? I know what it is to choose the right and good. I know the small rebellion's cause is just. I know the people here have need of help. I know all this, but still do harbor doubt. Shall my doubts lead me onto this choice, and shall I choose convenience over right? Shall I choose myself over my new friends? Aye, shall I choose reward over my own soul? Smuggler's heart doth keep calm time inside, no matter sways a pirate's peaceful pulse. Stirs in me I've never felt. It's a rebel's heart I feel within.
Exit Han Solo. Enter Luke Skywalker and Leia.
What is the matter, Luke?
'Tis only Han. Methought he had a heart for good, but nay, he hath not changed his mind.
Hath a path unto himself. Thou, nor I, nor aught can plot to the course chooses, verily.
I wish as well that this is very loud, sorry. I wish as well that Ben were here with us.
Kiss I gave thee once to give thee strength. Another kiss I give in friendship's hope.
She kisses him, then exits. Enter Biggs Darklighter.
Say, Luke.
Dear Biggs!
Thee here, good friend. Wait, it warms my heart to see thee here, good friend. Shalt thou go with us against the Empire?
Hey, on our return, I'll bind thine ears with stories wild and true.
Enter Red Leader.
Sophie, your red leader.
Cool. I pray thee, Luke, canst thou these ships control?
I'll stand as witness, sir, that Luke shall prove more worthy than myself. I'll warrant he's the best of pilots in the outer rim. Fear not this one, good sir. He'll earn his way.
Good lad, thou shalt suffice.
Aye, marry, sir. I'll do my part.
Red Leader
No.
exits.
Now, must we thither? Thither go. But when we came again unto this place, I'll drink with thee a dram of Naboo's ale, whilst thou thy tales retell.
Say, Biggs, take note. For once I did assure thee I would join rebellion's ranks, and here am I, even now.
Shall be like olden times on Tatooine, dear friend. It gives me comfort for to see thee here. Even in death, come and welcome me, because I know that thou dost ride beside.
Exit Biggs. Luke ascends to ship with R2-D2 and Rebel Chief.
This R2 unit hath known better days. Would thou fit a replacement for it find?
Aside.
Thou knave, say'st thou I have known better days? I better my days yet upon thy pate.
Say not so, for R2 hath been mine through many an adventure, and belike hath exploits still to undergo.
Enter C-3PO.
Oh, be thou safe, dear R2, and return, for thou wouldst not be that my existence should become a bore.
Aside.
Oh, fate, I prithee, keep them safe, my master and my only friend, else I should find a lonely, tragic end.
Exit. Exit. Scene 5. Space. The final battle. As our scene shifts to space, so deep and dark, o'er your imagination will hold sway. For neither players nor the stage can mark the great and mighty scene they might portray. We ask you, let your keen mind's eye be chief. Think, when we talk of starships, there they be. If you can soon suspend thy disbelief, the Death Star battle shall you plainly see. So now, the preparation made with care, toward the Death Star rides the noble fleet. By whir of engines, rebels take the air, with courage strong their unknown fate to meet. Enter Luke Skywalker, R2-D2, Wedge Antilles, Biggs Darklighter, Red Leader, Gold Leader, and other pilots, each standing in a different place to represent his ship. C-3PO, Princess Leia, and General Dodonna stand aside.
The Death Star doth approach, and shall within the range of Yavin's rebel base arrive within these 50 minutes. Lo, alert.
Good men, each now shall speak and state his name.
Red 10 doth stand hereby. Red 7 doth stand by.
Red 3 doth here stand by.
Red 6 doth here stand by.
Red 9 doth here stand by. Red 2 doth here stand by.
Red 11 doth here stand by.
Red 5 doth here stand by.
Aside.
We have our numbers, yet our souls have names. For I am Luke Skywalker, here beside my friends, Good Biggs and Wedge Antilles. 2. No war shall render us unto mere 3s and 2s and 5s. We ride, for ride we must. And here we ride in Ben's most worthy name, True. There we ride in Leia's noble name, A. And here we ride in Alderon's slain name. Oh, here we ride for all the names which have throughout our lives been written on our hearts. Our debt to them is past all numbering.
Now lock thine S-foils in attacking mode. We shall pass through the thin magnetic field. Use your detector shields and form a line. I prithee, men, take care and be ye bold.
But look, I say, how large this Death Star is.
Aside.
I am afeard that this shall be my end.
Hey, peace, Red 2. Now all accelerate unto the speed wherein we may attack. This time is here, good men. 'Tis not to come, it will be now. The red lines is all.
Red Leader, dost thou hear me?
Verily.
The gold team leads onto the target shaft.
We have a positive reached. Thus shall I fly across the axis for to draw their fire whilst thou dost penetrate.
The rebel ships now make their first attack, and fire unto the Death Star's iron walls. The Empire shoots with lethal laser back. 'Tis death to anyone on whom it falls.
The volleys fall from close at hand.
I see.
Red 5 reporting. Swiftly I go in.
Aside.
My first attempt here falls. Oh, hit the mark.
With courage rare, Luke makes initial pass and blasts his way unto the Death Star's hull. But now maneuvers he too close, alas! Shall he the fire's most deadly pull?
Oh. How goes it, Luke?
I nearly cooked my goose, but all is well.
Aside.
Now shall I take more care?
Enter Darth Vader and Officer 5 aside.
Full 30 ships descend upon us, sir. So small are they, our lasers pass them by.
Aye, then shall we destroy them ship to ship? Tell thou crews to be ready to attack.
Exit Darth Vader and Officer 5. Red Leader.
We're missing a
Fingers
page.
up.
Are we missing a page?
Yeah, we're missing a page.
Oh, I'll be Red Leader.
Okay.
Take ye care, good men. Great fire doth rage from outside of the harsh deflection tower.
I stand prepared.
I don't have a hat for big, so... Now I shall strike. Pray, give me a good cover, Perkins. Stand I strong and ready to give thee aid, Red 3. Now bravely Biggs doth render sharp, hard blast unto the evil Death-starred armored side. The Empire's fire unto his mate hath passed, and now Red 6 doth face a troubled ride. Disaster at me strikes! Eject, forsooth! I may yet set it right! Anon pull up! Nay, nay, I'll warrant that all shall be well! Explosion. Red 6 dies.
What?
Computer. In 7 minutes shall the Death Star be within the range of our failed rebel base. As rebel spirits with great strength redound, a voice speaks unto Luke as to a son. Hears the voice and its familiar sound. 'Tis his old friend and master, Obi-Wan. Enter Ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Aside.
Do we have
Aside, pray trust thy feelings, Luke.
I hear this voice and know it so well. O me, speak thou again, and heed the voice of my soul, and trust thyself on Ben's command. I'll strike a hearty blow.
He shoots and strikes the Death Star. Exit Ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Enter Control Officer.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Squad leaders, mark me well. New fighters have appeared and come towards you presently.
My scope shows not, my eyes to them are blind.
Employ the visual scanning. They approach. Red 7, thou hour 1 upon thy rear. Ship is hit. Now I must die, dear friends.
Explosion. Red 7 dies.
Good friends, if thou dost catch an enemy behind thy ship, I prithee watch it well.
Now I am plagued by such a one. Help, help, for neither can I see where he go. He flies so close that my maneuvers fail.
Hold fast, brave Biggs, till I can give thee aid. Upon the enemy I fly and shoot.
Bold Luke, thou hast a life returned to me, so may I one day give to thee in turn.
Enter Darth Vader with Imperial pilots 1 and 2.
I prithee, soldiers, let us hence away, for many of us from their own feet. Thus let us swiftly go and straightway make pursuit of those ships.
Darth Vader and pilots enter ships.
Oh, Luke, thou art pursued. Pull in!
What?
Pray guard thy back, good Luke. More fighters do approach.
I have been hit, but not unto the death. Small R2, see if thou can thou the damage canst repair. Hang thou on, good droid.
Red
Red
10,
10.
canst it's me. Red
Okay,
10,
sorry.
canst thou withers gone red 5?
A heavy fire appears upon this side. Red 5, where art thou?
Here, but cannot shake the villain who doth hotly follow me.
I come for thee, good Luke. Be not afraid.
Aside.
Oh, fie, my dear friend Biggs, where canst thou be? Thou promised that thou owest me a life, but where is now that help of which thou speak? 'Twas partly for our friendship I am here. For long I wished to join thee, as though fought, and many were the tales adventurous thou brought'st with thee whilst visiting our home, and when still I worked the crops on Tatooine. But now hast thou deserted me, old friend. When I am even at the door of death, hast thou both flown and fled? Say nay, dear Biggs.
Take that, thou scoundrel base! Imperial scum!
Great thanks, good Wedge. Heroically hast thou done.
Red leader, hear my word. The gold team shall begin our swift attack into the trench.
Godspeed, Gold Leader. Go with might and strength.
I fly and fly toward my enemy. This day the dark side of the force shall reign, as I disrupt the weak rebellion plan. With my men, destroy their every
To Imperial pilots 1 and 2.
good pilots both. Remain set for attack.
The port for the exhaust hath been locked and marked. That hole shall make us whole, my mates. Now switch thy power to front deflector screens. Goldlight, what sayst thou? Canst thou count the guns?
Belike 'tis 20 yon and hither both, upon the surface and within the towers.
Within 5 minutes shall the Death Star be upon our base and set to strike.
Targeting computer. Presently, I switch.
I have received a signal on the ship's computer that the port will soon be in our range. But soft, good friends, what's this? With the guns? It seems that the guns have stopped.
We're missing a page.
Yeah, we're missing a page.
Nope. Darn it.
So watch thy rear and stabilize thy shields. Perhaps an enemy doth come behind.
Aye, they come.
Aye.
Three ships at point 210.
The battle heats as Vader and his men approach the threefold members of Group Gold. The Empire's hate will be fulfilled when Darth makes his power known with blows full fold. I shall destroy the rebels vile myself. Just give me thy good cover, and 'tis done. Now shoot I once, and death is the result. Vader shoots. Explosion. Gold 2 dies.
I have no power to maneuver Phi.
Stay thou on target.
Nay, we run too close.
Stay thou on target.
Wretched, pray, give me room.
Darth Vader shoots. Explosion. Gold leader dies.
Gold 5, doth this ill news report? We have lost Dutch and Tyree both.
Do you guys have this red leader intro? No.
We have the line, yet I would gladly my life give to it. Thus reason, not the need.
Okay. In troth, I hear. Stay ready.
From behind, they do attack.
Darth Vader shoots. Explosion. Gold 5 dies. Side.
So much of desolation and of death is the rebellion worth the lives here lost. Yet I would gladly give my life to it. Thus reason, not the need, my troubled soul.
Whilst all the rebels mourn the loss of life, upon the Death Star, tensions have been proved. The rebels' plan hath reared the threat of strife. But Governor Tarkin stands assured, unmoved. Enter Grand Moff Tarkin with Chief Officer aside in Death Star.
The rebel ship attack hath been well probed, and now doth appear a danger looms. I do confess my love to thee, good sir, and would my very life lay down for thee. Wouldst thou that I make ready thy own ship, that thou mayst flee should thy fighting turn to death?
Retreat whilst we do win the day. You jest. Forsooth, I stand unmoved like a rock.
Exit Grand Moff Tarkin and Chief Officer.
The Death Star shall, within 3 minutes, be upon the rebel base.
Red boys, 'tis I, the tried and true Red Leader. We shall meet upon the mark at 6.1. Make haste.
Red 2 doth stand obedient at thy side.
Red 3 doth come.
Red Leader, hear me now. It is the base one who speaks to thee. Keep half thy fighters out of range upon thy next attempt. If one group sadly fails, belike the other shall succeed. Shall we make...
We lose another page.
We hath no page.
What? What happened?
So shall we make the Empire take our fleet by halves, not...
I hear...
Let's just go back and...
Yeah, I hear and understood, good sir. Now, Luke, take thou Red 2 and 3 with thee, and wait upon my signal ere thou makest thy run. Now hence we go, an empire for to slay.
Red Leader, with the others, 12 and 10, make their descent into the trench with speed. Their bravery, cunning, and their acumen may give these men the victory they need.
Dost thou agree?
Dost thou agree? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It should be our sights. Pray, keep thine eyes a-watching for those ships that have our comrades cruelly destroyed.
The interference hath become too wide. Red 5, canst thou yet see them where thou standst?
I see no ships. But wait, they approach. They come at point 35.
I see them now.
My ship hath come in
Our ship
range.
hath come in range of that sly port, the port that hath evaded us so far. But now, the target shall be mine. If ye, good friends, may hold them there a while, I shall this battle end with one swift stroke.
Close in, my lads. We three shall ride as one.
Hi, almost there. Darth
Almost there.
Vader shoots. Explosion. Red 12 dies. Pray, fire, else we die too. Do you have the
Yeah,
where we
do you
are?
guys have this?
We
I
have
thought-
the high almost there right before red 10.
Okay, I think.
Okay, so hi, almost there. They set upon my back. I can no more withstand their quick attack. Darth Vader shoots. Explosion. Red 10 dies.
Okay.
Shoot, I shoot for rebels. Glory, shoot. The blast hath left the shaft.
Hast hit? Hast hit? Is victory yet within our sights?
Alas, my finest effort has given, and yet the blast falls errant and does not miss the mark. 'Tis but an impact on the surface. Pooh!
Red leader, be thou not dismayed. We shall protect thee even now. Turn thou towards the .05, and we shall cover thee.
Nay, save me not. My engine hath been crushed, and death is welcome now. Instead, dear Luke, good Wedge, brave Biggs, to that be thou prepared. Thy run, for thou art now our only hope.
Darth Vader shoots. Explosion. Red leader dies.
The Death Star is now in but a minute shall upon the rebel base of Yavin.
Once more unto the trench, dear friends, once more. The death of our dear friends we see today, and by my troth their souls shall be avenged. It was not angry since I came to space until this instant. Strike at us, and thou shalt know the power of the Force, thou brute, thou empire full of hate and deeds. I pluck us down, and we shall rise again. Our cause is not alone for these good men who here were killed today. Our cause is not alone for those on Alderaan who died. For cause is for the truth, for righteousness, for anyone who ere oppression knew. 'Tis not rebellion for the sake of one. 'Tis not a cause for the to serve a privileged few. The moment shall resound in history for every person who would freedom know. So Biggs, stand with me now and be my aside, and Wedge, fly at the side and lead the charge. We three, we happy three, we band of brothers shall fly unto the trench with throttles full.
We stand with thee, are ready for the fight.
But Luke, at that quick pace shalt thou escape, for thy speedy ship is blown in twain.
'Twill be like Beggar's Canyon back at home.
The youth descend at once into the trench wherein their fates shall surely written be. Darth Vader, close behind, prepares to quench his thirst upon the blood of martyrs 3.
We shall stand fast at hand to give thee help.
My scope doth show the tower, but the port appeareth not. How certain art thou, Luke, that our computers each can hit the mark?
Good pilot, watch thyself. Increase to full.
I prithee, what shall we do about the tower?
Give thou unto enemy thy thoughts, but let the tower be my concern.
To
Now-
R2D2.
Now, R2, fix the stabilizer that hath once more come unhinged. Pray, fix it fast.
Aside.
Now shall I not be fool, but fix.
To Luke.
The fighters are behind us at point 3. They come upon my rear too fast. Alack, I have been hit and must depart, my friends.
Aye, get thee clear, good Wedge. Thou shalt not help our cause if thy ship flieth not anon, and live to fight another day with me.
With all my heart, I truly wish thee well.
Exit Wedge.
Aye, let him go. The leader we pursue.
Make haste, O Luke! Methinks they do approach even faster than before. I shall not hold them back for long.
Now, R2, straight, increase the power.
Whee!
Make haste, Luke, oh alas!
Darth Vader shoots. Explosion. Biggs dies.
That ever I should see this day. Oh, woe, my childhood friend from Tatooine now slain, protecting me from harm. Thou owest a life, dear friends, Biggs, sweet Biggs, and thou hast paid. And now, 'tis down to me, the boy turned warrior. Be still, my errant heart, and seek the Force.
The leader is now mine.
Beep, beep.
Take care, sweet R2D2. Come thou back, I pray.
Luke's ship comes closer to the little port, while Vader and his crew draw all too near. Young Luke to his computer doth resort until he hears the voice speak in his ear. Enter Ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, use the Force, dear Luke. Let go and trust.
I sense the
I sense the Force in it. Almost as if I did my younger self SB.
I prithee, trust me, Luke. All shall be well.
The hearing of these words is like a balm unto my soul. So shall I trust the Force, and not this fallible computer here. Boop.
Luke turns off computer.
What is it, Luke? Thy targeting machine hath been turned off. Can be wrong, pray tell.
Nay, all is well, fear not, good friend.
Beep, squeak.
Darth Vader shoots. R2-D2 is hit.
Small R2-D2 hath been lost.
The Death Star is now coming within our range.
Commander. Commander, thou mayst fire when thou hast made, now face thy death, thou rebel. Oh, goodly preparation thereunto.
Now face thy death, thou rebel.
Sir, take heed.
Now in a trice, brave Han is on the scene. The smuggler hath returned on errand kind. With sly approach he makes his way unseen and slays the Imperial pilots from behind. Enter Han Solo with Chewbacca firing on Darth Vader and Imperial pilots. Explosion. Imperial pilots 1 and 2 die.
We're also missing the stage. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer.
Vader
of
says,
doom.
but how?
Yeah, God.
Do you want to read? Oh, yeah. Bah.
Sure, but how?
Yeah.
Darth Vader exits
No.
confusion, his ship spinning out of control. Thy path is clear, young Luke. Now go do thy deed and let us all make way back home.
I stretched my feelings out and used the Force, and on the instant seems the porthole vast, not small or difficult to strike, but large. The ship is armed, and now I take the chance. The blasts away, and with it all our hopes.
Luke shoots and hits the target. The laser hits its mark with certain aim, and as the Death Star arms to strike the base, the chain reaction sets the orb aflame. Death Star hath exploded into space.
Thy timely blast
Thy
hath hit
timely blast hath hit the perfect mark. 1 in a million was thy force-filled shot.
Remember me, O Luke, remember me, and ever shall the Force remain with thee.
Exit. Scene 6, the rebel base on Yavin 4. Enter Luke Skywalker from ship with Princess Leia and various rebels.
Hurrah!
Hurrah!
Woo!
Woo!
Good
Yeah.
job!
Oh, Leia!
Luke, thou didst succeed.
Enter Han Solo.
Hi ho.
good friend, I knew thou wouldst return. I knew thou must. 'Twas in thy spirit good.
Nay, should a pirate let another take his own reward?
A gentle soul, I knew thou weren't a sterner stuffed man than money made.
Enter R2D2, injured, and C3PO.
Oh, R2, canst thou hear me? Speak, canst thou repair him? Say thou canst, I beg. If any parts of may be used, pray say the word.
Fear not, he'll be made whole.
We shall at once begin our best repair.
Exit C3PO with R2D2 and Rebel Year 2.
Now ends a noble quest, a battle won. Now hath a true adventure reached its goal. Now hath a good rebellion faced its foe, and triumphed through it seemed that all was lost.
Along the way, dear friends were lost and made. Along the way, strange creatures have we found. The stories have been told, the villains met, the griefs and exultations all played out.
A chance for new beginnings we have made, directing hearts onto the rebel cause. These are the Star Wars we have fought and won. For now our battles and scenes are done.
Enter chorus as epilogue. Now dawns a new day with the sun of peace, the day whereon the rebels welcome fate. For from their enemies they find release, and now mirth they come to celebrate. Young Luke, strong in the force, doth walk beside the noble Han, whose valor won the day. The rebels form an aisle and rise with pride, as Luke and Han march forth to grand display. Now Leia smiles and gives them their reward, as each bows low with hope and joy sincere. C-3PO and R2 now look on as brave Chewbacca sounds the cheer. There, let our heroes rest free from attack, till darkness rise and empire striketh back. Exeunt omnis end.
Wow.
Ending song.
All right, everyone has the second book, right?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
God.
ready to go.
Yeah, let's
Man,
Oh wow.
man, dude, just thinking about that. You guys could have gone and watched like maybe like 2.5 hour movie, but instead you spent like 4 hours with us.
Woo!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You started at 3.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know when we lost Barb.
Yeah,
But we did.
he
So we
disappeared.
lost Barb
at
because
some
he
point.
has a Dungeons and Dragons game in like the next 20 minutes, so he had to go prepare for the Dungeons
Oh my
and Dragons game, and then
Genuinely
the dog was making
understandable.
a lot of noise.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
What a loser.
Genuinely
All right,
understandable.
yeah. Yes. All right. Well, that took quite a while.
Long.
So I would like to thank everyone who is there or who is here for joining. I'll probably end it quickly, so we can all leave and
Go eat
use
dinner.
the bathroom and go eat dinner and stuff. So,
Thank you for tuning in at any point.
Yes, thank you all so much
Yes,
for tuning
thank
in.
you
We
guys.
sold
Thank
some.
you for.
Hmm?
I was gonna say thank you for watching on YouTube if you did after the fact.
Yes, thank you anyone for joining, for listening to our voices. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this.
I finally got to live out my lifelong dream of playing Obi-Wan Kenobi in some form.
Yeah. Some form.
I would just like to say
absolutely.
a special thanks to our guests. They were the real MVPs.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course.
On a bunch of roles that we may have accidentally not have assigned. Because we were like, oh, what's this character? We didn't see that when we skimmed through, so thank you, Katarina and Barb.
Yes, of course.
Well, I'm just a big fan. We're still being filmed.
Yes. Oh, there he
Bravo.
returns.
Barb.
Oh.
Crimson cheddar grit.
Ooh.
Oh, now you're
That sounds
Bravo.
really good. So quick shout out. If you guys have seen down at the bottom corner, this little icon that was just on the screen, that is side B, Barbosa's Record Exchange. So if you look that up on Facebook and you're interested in records, he has many. When's your next auction?
Our next live auction, so you can hang out with me and a bunch of record lovers, Friday, January 29th. That's this upcoming Friday at 7 p.m. right there on Facebook. You don't have to have a Facebook in order to watch it, but if you want to bid on any of the 100-plus records that I'll be hoisting up that Friday, you need to join us on Facebook. It is free to watch, but we have records starting at $5 all the way up to, this will be our first auction where we have a triple-digit starting value record. I've got a original pressing of the first album that I'll be putting up, as well as a couple white label promos, everything jazz, funk, rock, Motown, soul. So come on and enjoy with us and January 29th, Side B Record Exchange on Facebook.
That's awfully expensive for a bunch of coasters.
Oh boy. All right. Yeah, so I think that's going to bring us to the end. Again, thank you all for tuning in, joining us.
Thank you again for our special guests.
Yes, thank you
for
again.
essentially putting on 1 or 2 person acts whenever we didn't have the pages.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I am sorry for stomping on anybody's lines because I didn't know when you were coming back in. So my apologies.
Yeah, no.
It's
I
fine.
got carried away.
On someone's line at some point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to Sophie because I kept confusing the L starting name with
Yeah.
the
You gotta do.
Well, you guys are twins. It's okay. Those are twins.
True. Yeah, if keep an eye out as we might be continuing the saga, as all others do. Thank you to everyone in the chat. So we didn't really read too much of it. We were a little preoccupied.
Keeping our spots.
It's hard to look away from Shakespeare.
Dylan, can I mention one more thing about my auction?
Yes, feel free.
Yeah.
Anyone who wins anything, if you buy anything at the auction, you automatically free entry into a raffle for a free album. And the album for this auction is a sealed copy of Ella Fitzgerald Sings the Songbook. Brand new.
No way.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Whoa.
Well, I will be at
Shameless
that
plug
auction.
right there.
Yeah. I will be at that auction.
I put some music theater in there for you.
Yes, I can't wait. Yes, and thank you to we had some follows, we had some merch purchases, so thank you all so much.
Thank you for buying the mug.
But yeah,
A Dylan Silfrost mug.
yes, I believe.
Ooh.
Wow.
Studies show that makes anything out of that mug taste 20% better.
Oh, absolutely. Especially some hot cocoa. I
It's
recommend.
true. I made this.
Ooh.
He did.
I have that same mug.
Good looking
so
grub.
I can agree.
Bring us
All
some
right.
food.
Well, that'll be the end. Thank you all so much for joining, and we will catch y'all next time. Bye.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
That's awesome.